Beginning with a gentle golden wind and light rain, the master of ceremonies, with a single stroke, surprises the world. This video is purely for entertainment, and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting, and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 851, Mu Yuanping plots to kill Upiu, Changchen Taoist. In a wing room, Upiu was reading a Taoist book. Often, Upiu likes to be quiet. The Taoist temple is relatively quiet, which suits him very well. Piu. Mu Kingsuan's voice sounded outside the wing room. Upiu put down the Taoist book. He opened the door of the wing room. Looking at the expression on Mu Kingsuan's face standing at the door, he said, "That elder Jiu has something against me." Although he had the idea of using Mu Kingsuan to enter the Zenwu Taoist temple, he still recognized Mu Kingsuan, after being with her for so long. A girl who dares to love and hate. He can accept it. I'm a little reluctant, but I make my own decisions about my own affairs, and they can't interfere with me. But if you want to step into the Heaven Gate with me and join the Zenwu temple, you still need the help of the headmaster. After the matter of Xiangsha city is settled, we will return to the Zenwu Taoist temple, Mu Kingsuan said. In fact, with my strength, it is not difficult to step into the Heaven Gate. Upiu had told Mu Kingsuan about his strength before. Because there is no need to hide it. Strength is your own. You are stronger than me, so it is not difficult to enter the Heavenly Gate. However, if we do not have the coordinates of the Zenwu Taoist temple, we may end up at the end of the world when we enter the Heavenly Gate. I don't want to be separated from you. Do you want to be separated from me? Mu Kingsuan said, while holding Upiu's arm. While they were talking, Taoist Changchen came outside the wing room. Looking at Mu Kingsuan holding Upiu's arm, Taoist Changchen's eyes moved slightly. Uncle Changchen. Mu Kingsuan saluted Taoist Changchen and introduced Upiu. Meet Mr. Yu. Taoist Changchen entered the wing room and observed Upiu. There was a sword intent on his body, not very sharp, and the aura in his body did not fluctuate much. Upiu's strength has reached the top level. He is concentrating his mind in the sea, and he is concentrating his mind recently. When he is not exploding, few people can see his strength. Not far outside the wing room, Mu Yuanping and Yang Yanlan looked a little gloomy. Junior sister Kingsuan is completely bewitched by Upiu, and she just contradicted elder Jiu. Brother Yanlan, we can't let Upiu stay with junior sister Kingsuan any longer. If we keep her, something might happen. Women sometimes can't control themselves. Once something happens, you and I won't have any chance. Mu Yuanping said in a deep voice. Hearing Mu Yuanping's words, Yang Yanlan's face became even gloomier. Elder Jiu will go to the 10 Directions General Envoy Mansion in Xiangsha City tomorrow to meet with Guan Yushan. I'm afraid he can't help us. We still have to think about it ourselves. I think tonight is the opportunity. Kill Upiu. Mu Yuanping's face showed a strong murderous intent. Kill Upiu tonight. Hearing Mu Yuanping's words, Yang Yanlan's expression changed slightly. Tomorrow, Elder Jiu will meet Guan Yushan. We can frame Upiu's death on Guan Yushan, Mu Yuanping said. Hearing Mu Yuanping's words, Yang Yanlan pondered. Kill him, but who can we ask to kill him here? Yang Yanlan said. I have secretly tested Upiu's strength. Generally speaking, I can kill him. I will lure him out tonight and get rid of him, Mu Yuanping said. Hearing Mu Yuanping's words, Yang Yanlan looked at Mu Yuanping in surprise. You do this to help me? That's not the case. After Upiu dies, I still have a chance, Mu Yuanping said. Okay, then follow your plan. Yang Yanlan nodded. When he nodded, Mu Yuanping sneered in his heart. Once Upiu dies, Mu Kingsuan will definitely blame you. After all, it was you who brought them to Xiangsha City. Will Mu Kingsuan still care about you at that time? I will definitely be the one who gets the beauty in the end. Mu Yuanping is preparing to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. All future troubles will be eliminated. Brother Yanlan, don't worry, I will make arrangements. I will first understand the situation around Changchen Temple and see where to start. I will choose a place and then discuss it with Brother Yanlan, Mu Yuanping said. Yang Yanlan nodded, and the two separated. After separating from Yang Yanlan, Mu Yuanping went to a place in the backyard. It was a relatively secluded place. When he entered the small courtyard, there was already a figure standing in the courtyard. It was the Changchun Taoist, the master of Changchun Temple who had just been with Shan Jiaju. "Hello, uncle." Mu Yuanping bowed. When he saw Changchun Taoist, the address became uncle, not the previous uncle. Mu Qingxuan's status is not ordinary. It is related to whether we can gain a foothold in the Zhenwu Temple after entering the Xianmen. Now that an outsider has taken the lead, what can you do? Changchun Taoist looked at Mu Yuanping and said, "Uncle, I have thought of a way, which is to kill you Piu." Mu Yuanping told Changchun Taoist his plan. After listening to this, Changchun Taoist fell into deep thought. After a moment, he said, "This is the only way now. I will follow him secretly when the time comes." In order to ensure that Mu Yuanping's plan would not go wrong, Changchun Taoist was prepared to follow him secretly. Although he did not sense any fierce aura from Mu Piu, he was just in case. "Thank you, uncle." Mu Yuanping thanked him. In the evening, the afterglow of the setting sun sprinkled on the Taoist temple, making it appear golden. "Brother Yu, junior sister Qingxuan said she found a good place, so I came to call you over." Mu Yuanping said outside Yu Piu's room. "Yes." Hearing Mu Yuanping's words, Yu Piu walked out of the room. "Qingxuan, you just left here. Didn't you say there was a good place?" Yu Piu was a little confused. "Brother Yang found it. Let's go. They are still waiting for us there," Mu Yuanping said. Behind the Taoist temple, in front of a very secluded stream, the two stopped. Mu Yuanping, who was walking in front, had a cold light in his eyes. Suddenly, he turned his hand and slapped Yu Piu behind him. The speed was so fast, and the palm of his hand was black. But when his palm was about to approach Yu Piu's figure staggered like a ghost. Mu Yuanping's pupils suddenly shrank. After failing to hit him, he turned his hand and grabbed Yu Piu, and a suction force appeared in his palm, trying to absorb Yu Piu's body. But when this suction force appeared, Yu Piu drew her sword. The long sword in his hand was unsheathed. Swish! Mu Yuanping attacked his palm, but was directly cut off by the sword. "Ah!" Mu Yuanping screamed. Holding his opened palm, blood spurted from his palm. "I don't know where you got the courage to attack me." Yu Piu looked at Mu Yuanping. He didn't kill the other party with one sword. Was it because he wanted to see what the other party wanted to do? "Who are you, and how can you be so strong?" Stopping the blood from his palm, Mu Yuanping stared at Yu Piu. "My strength is just like this? Tell me, why did you lead me here to kill me? Tell me, maybe I can spare your life." Yu Piu said coldly. "Although I'm not your opponent, you must die today." Mu Yuanping growled. "So, there are others? Show up. You have been watching for so long, Changchun Taoist," Yu Piu said towards a place. Just when he cut off Mu Yuanping's palm, he sensed the breath of Changchun Taoist. Chapter 852. Feeling upset and wanting to kill someone. "Who are you, and why do you want to get close to Mu Qingxuan?" Changchun Taoist walked out from the dark, looking at Yu Piu with a sinister look. He waved his hand, trying to absorb the broken palm on the ground into his palm. The palm that had just been cut off could still be connected if it was treated with precious medicine in time. But when his true energy came into contact with the broken palm shattered directly. Yu Piu's sword energy remaining in the broken palm burst out. Changchun Taoist's eyes became extremely ugly. "I didn't expect you to control the sword energy so well. I really underestimated you." Changchun Taoist looked at Yu Piu gloomily. "I really want to know. I don't seem to have offended you. Why did you two attack me?" Yu Piu asked. "That's why you shouldn't get close to Mu Qingxuan. Mu Qingxuan is not someone you should get close to. How can a wandering warrior like you who only relies on your face be worthy of junior sister Qingxuan? She is the granddaughter of the great elder of the Zhenwu Temple, above Xianmen. How can you get involved with her?" Mu Yuanping said with a ferocious face. "The granddaughter of the great elder of the Zhenwu Temple. I didn't expect Qingxuan to have such an identity." Yu Piu's face showed a trace of surprise. He didn't expect Mu Qingxuan to have such an identity. From some situations, we can know that the Zhenwu Temple should be a good force above Xianmen. The granddaughter of the great elder is really extraordinary. No wonder Mu Yuanping and Yang Yanlin have always had opinions about him. Uncle, kill him. Mu Yuanping, whose palm was cut off, said with a ferocious look in his eyes. Uncle, I didn't expect you to have this relationship, but you want to kill me. Can you do it? Yu Piu said coldly and shook his head repeatedly. Can't you do it? You are really a crazy young man. After so many years of practicing Taishanking he's in, I thought my murderous nature has decreased, but it was aroused by you. The old Taoist Changchen, while speaking, a strong blood-colored aura appeared on his body. As soon as this blood-colored aura appeared, a cold chill appeared around him. Especially Mu Yuanping on the side, shivered all over, dragged his arm with a broken palm, and retreated behind him. In a peaceful state of mind, there is such a terrifying bloody aura. Taoist Changchen, you have killed many people. Yu Piu looked at Taoist Changchen and said, I have killed many people, and today you are one of them. After you die, remember that there are some people you cannot touch. Taoist Changchen's tone contained a chilling coldness. Then he took a step forward, and the terrifying bloody aura on his body enveloped the area, and then pressed towards Yu Piu. The extremely thick bloody aura enveloped Yu Piu. He wanted to overwhelm Yu Piu with his momentum. Boom. Just when his aura enveloped Yu Piu, a terrifying sword intent burst out from Yu Piu. Yu Piu's most basic skill is the Xianshan Wuji sword, and his swordsmanship attainments are quite powerful. The sword energy broke through the pressure that enveloped him. You think it's too simple to suppress me with pressure. As he spoke, the sword intent swept towards the old Taoist Changchen. The old Taoist Changchen's eyes condensed, and he stretched out his palm. A terrifying blood-colored vortex appeared in his palm. When Yu Piu's sword energy touched the vortex, it disappeared instantly. Seeing this scene, Yu Piu's eyes condensed slightly. He could sense that his sword energy had just been swallowed by the vortex. Your strength is unexpected, but you are still not good enough in front of me. Time cannot be delayed. Send you on your way. Divine power, blood-colored vortex. The Taoist Changchen shouted in a low voice, and the divine power on his body burst out. The true energy on his body condensed, and a blood-colored vortex phantom appeared behind him. The phantom appeared, covering the sun and the moon. At this moment, some of the afterglow of the evening sunset disappeared. Blood evil transformation. The Taoist Changchen snorted coldly, slapped out with one palm, and attacked Yu Piu fiercely with his palm. Innate Wuji, sword energy pierces the void. Looking at the palm that was bombarding, Yu Piu clenched his palm and unsheathed the long sword. A sword slashed out. The sword intent filled the world. Xianshan Wuji sword. Yu Piu has realized the essence of the sword art of Xianshan Wuji sword, reaching the state of intention without form, breaking away from limited forms, entering the boundless chaotic world, and returning to the state of simplicity. The sword intention appeared and collided with the bloody palm, and the sword intention was swallowed. But Yu Piu's sword seemed to have disappeared. It did not appear. But when it appeared, the long sword in his hand had penetrated the bloody vortex. Swish. The long sword penetrated the palm of Changchen Taoist. Changchen Taoist felt pain, but did not make a sound, but his face turned fierce. The other palm grabbed Yu Piu, and a bloody vortex appeared in his palm, and the divine power was also activated. The bloody phantom increased, and the suction force burst out, to cooperate with the vortex in the palm. Suddenly, the true energy in Yu Piu's body seemed to go towards the other party without any hindrance. Boom. It's just that the divine power in Yu Piu burst out, and the power in his body surged towards the other party like a tide. Yu Piu's Wuxiang divine art was cultivated to perfection. His body was a world of its own. His ki was as vast as the sea and as violent as a whirlwind. It poured into the other person's body all at once. Changchen Taoist didn't expect that Yu Piu's ki was so vast. For a moment, his ki felt like it couldn't flow. At this moment, Yu Piu turned the long sword in his hand. Swish. Changchen Taoist's head flew out instantly. Blood flew from the broken neck. Ah. Seeing this, Mu Yuanping, who was standing aside, exclaimed. Just when he exclaimed, Yu Piu slashed with the long sword in his hand, splitting the other person in half with one sword. He would not let anyone who attacked him live. After looking at the bodies of the two people, Yu Piu came to the Changchen Taoist. He searched out 2 secret books from his arms. Heavenly Blood Devouring Method, Heavenly Pure and Harmonious Heart Sutra. Not bad stuff. Upiu put the 2 things away and turned away. Chiangsha City, 10 Directions General Envoy Mansion Yang Yanju came to Guanyushan. Shanjiaju is outside the city at Changshan Taoist Temple. I have also checked the details of Changshan Taoist Temple. The other party is one of the sub-Taoist temples of Zenwu Taoist Temple. I didn't expect that after so many years. I didn't know that Changshan Taoist Temple belongs to Zenwu Taoist Temple. Yan Yanju said in a deep voice. Have you arrived? You didn't come to me directly. I've been feeling a little upset recently, and I just want to find someone to vent. Guanyushan said in a deep voice. I'm upset, and our 10 Directions General Envoy hasn't encountered any major events recently. Yan Yanju was a little confused. My son, the Xianmen Gate. The Xianmen Gate is very dangerous. Guanyushan said. Xianmen Gate. Recently, there is only our Xianaya Pavilion, West Pavilion Renkai Deputy Pavilion Master in the Xianmen Gate. What do you mean? Yes, Renkai, my son. So I'm very upset now. I want to beat someone to death. A fierce light flashed in Guanyushan's eyes. Chapter 853. The body is still there. You can collect it. Yan Yanju in front of him was shocked. Renkai strength was enough to step into the heavenly gate, so Guanyushan's strength must not be weaker than Renkai. Could it be that he also has the strength to step into the heavenly gate? Sir, Zenwu Taoist Temple is a Taoist holy land with extraordinary strength. It is rumored that it has some relationship with the heavenly gate. Shanjiaju is the chief elder of Zenwu Taoist Temple. If he is killed, I'm afraid it will happen. Yan Yanju said when he thought of Guanyushan's strength. Although Guanyushan's strength is extraordinary, Zenwu Taoist Temple has a long history and there are probably many strong people. You came here to seek death and were killed. That's what you deserve. Zenwu Taoist Temple wants to go down the mountain to deal with me. Then I will summon the masters of Xianaya Pavilion to besiege Zenwu Taoist Temple. Guanyushan said coldly. Your divine power is a bit weak. Have you thought about how to improve your strength in recent times? Guanyushan then looked at Yan Yanju and said. Hearing Guanyushan's words, Yan Yanju's face turned red as she said, my divine power has increased, so I need to improve my qualifications, but it's hard to find a pill that can match my qualifications. But I found a technique called Xianai Shenshuju in my dead master's secret library, which can help me improve my qualifications. It's just that this technique is a little special. It's a dual cultivation technique. Yan Yanju said. After she finished speaking, her face became even more rosy. Dual cultivation technique, let me see it. Guanyushan said after hearing this. He was also a little tempted by Yan Yanju's beauty. The other party made things clear. He was not Liu Zahu. Yan Yanju accepted such a woman, so he accepted it. Hearing Guanyushan's words, Yan Yanju showed a happy expression on his face and took out a technique from his arms. Guanyushan sucked the technique into his hand and examined it. This technique is not simple. You can practice it tonight. Guanyushan said after a simple review. When it's time to accept a beauty, you still have to accept it, and you can't let down the beauty. At this moment, in the back mountain of Changshan Taoist Temple, Shanjiaju and Yang Yanlan appeared at the place where Upiu and the others were fighting. He looked at the 2 corpses on the ground with a serious look. How did you find out? He looked at Yang Yanlan with a gloomy look. Shanjiaju was called here by Yang Yanlan while he was cultivating his own aura. Uncle Jiaju, Mu Yuanping has always been interested in junior sister Kingsun, but junior sister Kingsun prefers Upiu. So he wanted to talk to Upiu, but he didn't expect this to happen. Yang Yanlan said in fear. At this moment, his heart was cold. There was no need to think about it. It must be Upiu who killed them. Although he didn't know why Taoist Changshan was here, he didn't need to know the reason, since he was already dead. You mean, it was Upiu who killed junior brother Changshan and Mu Yuanping? Shanjiaju looked at Yang Yanlan and said. Upiu left with Mu Yuanping, Upiu returned, and Mu Yuanping and Uncle Changshan died here? Elder Jiaju, it must be related to Upiu without a doubt. We should go see Upiu now, Yang Yanlan said. At this point, Yang Yanlan was a little excited. Regardless of whether Yu Piu killed her or not, he must be blamed on him. Although Mu Yuanping is not from their Zen Wu Taoist temple, he is the eldest disciple of King Su Taoist temple, the master of King Su Taoist temple, and the junior brother of the headmaster. He died, and Changchen Taoist also died. With the death of these two people, Yu Piu will definitely not be able to enter Zen Wu Taoist temple. Let's go, take me to see that Yu Piu. Shan Jiaju said in a cold voice with a gloomy look in his eyes. In the Taoist temple, kill Mu Yuanping, and also kill Changchen Taoist? Hearing Yu Piu's words, Mu Qingxuan's eyes were horrified. On the one hand, she was shocked that Yu Piu killed Mu Yuanping and Changchen Taoist. The other party was shocked by Yu Piu's strength. She knew Yu Piu's strength, the sea of concentration, but being able to kill Changchen Taoist, this is not something that ordinary sea of concentration can do. I will not let those who intend to kill me live, Yu Piu said calmly. Although he had the idea of joining the Zen Wu temple above Shanman, but he did not think of joining the Zen Wu temple by compromise. Otherwise, his thoughts would not be clear. Thoughts are not clear, but it is a taboo for warriors. This is why he did not destroy the bodies after killing Mu Yuanping and Changchen Taoist. He does not need to. Hearing Yu Piu's words, Mu Qingxuan was very happy in her heart. This is the person she likes. He did not hide any behavior from her. Mu Yuanping and Changchen Taoist are not simple. This matter will cause trouble later. Although Mu Qingxuan's identity is not simple, it is just an identity. But she cannot influence any decision of Zen Wu Taoist temple. She is just a transitional person. Leave Changchen Taoist temple first, and wait for my notice. As Mu Qingxuan spoke, she handed a necklace she was wearing around her neck to Yu Piu. The necklace was a dark blue gem. There was still a strange energy fluctuation in the gem. I brought this gem down from the Zen Wu temple, which can help people improve their qualifications. Your strength has reached the top level. If you absorb the energy in this gem, you should be able to go further. As long as you go further, you can step into the heavenly gate with me. I will ask the headmaster for help, and after we step into the heavenly gate, we will appear in the area of the Zen Wu temple. Mu Qingxuan put the gem necklace in Yu Piu's hand and said. Yu Piu did not take it. This thing is a bit valuable. It can help you practice, so you should keep it for yourself. Yu Piu did not take the gem. I don't need it anymore. My sword bloodline has been stimulated, and my divine power is about to condense. Once the divine power is condensed, it will cooperate with the sword bloodline. After practicing for a period of time, I should be able to prepare for stepping into the heavenly gate. Maybe, I may be one step ahead of you, and be able to step into the heavenly gate, said Mu Qingxuan. Zen Wu Taoist temple let her go down the mountain, not because she cultivated the Zen Wu supreme sword art of Zen Wu Taoist temple, but because she stimulated the sword bloodline in her body. Hearing this, Yu Piu didn't hesitate, and put away the necklace. It's not suitable to stay here for the time being, so he prepared to leave. When they walked out of the wing room, Yang Yanlan appeared outside the wing room with Shan Jiaju. Shan Jiaju looked at Yu Piu walking out of the wing room and his eyes slightly condensed. This Yu Piu has a handsome face and a sense of romanticism. I'm afraid that few women can avoid his face. No wonder Qingxuan is in love with him. Shan Jiaju sighed in his heart. Yu Piu, did you kill Changchen Taoist and Mu Yuanping? Yang Yanlan, who followed Shan Jiaju, looked at Yu Piu's face and felt angry and arrogant. He tried his best to hide the rage in his heart and asked sternly. Yes, they wanted to kill me, but they were not strong enough, so I had to kill them. You should have seen their bodies, and now you should collect their bodies. Yu Piu said calmly. Chapter 854 I want to watch Shan Jiaju get beaten to death. How dare you, Yu Piu, be so arrogant. Hearing Yu Piu's calm words, Yang Yanlan said sternly. He dared to do so, only because Shan Jiaju was here. Kill the one who kills. Do you think my sword cannot be unsheathed? Yu Piu was very calm. Hearing Yu Piu's words, Shan Jiaju's eyes condensed, and a sword intent emerged from his body. You want to fight me? I heard that you are going to meet Guan Yushan, the 10 Directions General Envoy of Cheyenne Pavilion tomorrow. Now that you are consuming your energy here, you are sure to defeat Guan Yushin. Yu looked at Xian Jiaju and said. He really wanted to see Xian Jiaju's strength. But now many people in the martial arts world know that Xian Jiaju is going to meet Guan Yushin. If he fights with Guan Yushin when he is not at full strength and is beaten to death by Guan Yushin, it may not have any effect. Yu, so you are afraid too? Yang Yanlan looked at Yu and said. He thought that Yu said this at this time because she was afraid that Xian Jiaju would take action. I'm afraid, but that's not the case, because you won't use your full strength when you attack me. If you don't use your full strength, you can't kill me. Of course, you may not be able to kill me, even if you use your full strength. If you don't use your full strength, then you won't be able to see Elder Xian Jiaju, your 9 heavenly galaxy falling swords. That's a pity. Yu said. It seems that you are very confident in yourself. Xian Jiaju frowned. A warrior must have absolute confidence in himself at any time. If you don't have confidence, can you still be called a warrior? Yu said. Your state of mind is not ordinary. I have been in front of you for such a long time, and your mentality has not changed. It seems that you really killed junior brother Changchen. Xian Jiaju looked at Yu and said. He still didn't believe that Yu killed Taoist Changchen. Do you doubt my strength? Boom. When Yu finished speaking, a terrifying aura burst out from his body, and the aura carried the power of divine power, enveloping Yang Yanlan. Under this momentum and divine power, Yang Yanlan sensed an extremely terrifying shock force. This shock force appeared on him. Puff. The blood in his body churned, and a mouthful of blood spurted out. His body felt like it was out of control, and was about to fall to the ground. Yang Yanlan was shocked. He looked at Yu with horror. Although Yu said that he had killed Mu Yuanping and Changchen Taoist, he didn't believe it in his heart like Xian Jiaju. But now he was under the other party's aura, and had no power to resist. Humph. Yu snorted coldly. The air around him kept vibrating, and countless dense ripples appeared. Elder Jiaju, what do you think? Yu looked at Xian Jiaju and said. If Xian Jiaju wanted to fight, he, Yu, would accompany him. Who are you? A casual martial artist can't have such an achievement. Xian Jiaju looked at Yu and said. Opportunities. There are countless opportunities in the world. Do they have to be passed down? I'm just a hard-working martial artist. If I hadn't met King Sun, we would have had no intersection. Also, if I had shown up in the martial arts world, I believe there would be legends about me in the martial arts world. Yu said confidently. Of course, martial arts is one aspect, and there is also his appearance. There is a list of immortals in the martial arts world, but Yu appearance is not inferior to beauty, so when he travels in the martial arts world, there must be traces of him in the martial arts world, so he can say that he is a hard-working practitioner. We will discuss this matter after we deal with the matter of Xian'ai Pavilion. King Sun, don't you want to take this person back to Zenwu Taoist Temple? I hope he will be with us when we leave. Xian Jiaju looked at Mu Kingsun and said. At this moment, Xian Jiaju's tone was not as peaceful as before. Let's go. As he spoke, a burst of energy appeared on his body, which shook off the pressure that Yu had put on Yang Yanlan. Take Yang Yanlan away. Watching the two leave, Mu Kingsun's face was a little bad. Elder Jiaju, you want me to watch you? It's okay. I have some insights recently, and my strength will be further improved. Yu said. After coming to this world, his state of mind changed again. He vaguely felt that he was touching the back layer. What's more, he really wanted to go to Zenwu Taoist Temple to take a look. As long as his strength breaks through, he may have the ability to take a look. Even if you break through and reach the strength to enter the heavenly gate, you will not have any chance of winning when entering Zenwu Taoist Temple. Seeing the light in Yu's eyes, Mu Kingsun said. I think you should not go to Zenwu Taoist Temple with me first. Mu Kingsun shook her head. Mu Yuanping was fine. Changchen Taoist had a certain position in Zenwu Taoist Temple. Now Zenwu Taoist Temple is also in a state of struggle. So she was afraid that Yu would be in danger. It's impossible. I won't do it. Yu shook her head. In addition, after leaving Shan Jiayuju, he took Yang Yanlan back to a wing room. Tell me everything about Yu Piu's appearance. Shan Jiaju looked at Yang Yanlan with a serious expression. Yang Yanlan told Shan Jiaju about the scene when they met Yu Piu in Luoyang City. After listening, Shan Jiaju looked serious because there was no useful information. Uncle Jiaju, this Yu Piu is definitely suspicious. He may have deliberately approached junior sister Kingsun. We can't just let him go. Yang Yanlan said on the side. How can we let him go? But this matter is good for you. He killed Mu Yuanping and Changchun Taoist, which is very good for you, because this way he can't get together with Mu Kingsun at all. Even if the head agrees, others will not agree. I didn't take action against him today, not because I was going to see Guan Yushan, and was afraid to take action. The main reason is that, if I take action, Kingsun will definitely protect him, and I can't kill him at all. Why should I take action, if I can't kill him? Don't ask about this matter for now. Yu Piu is about the same age as you, and his strength has already reached the top level. You also need to practice more. It's just right that we can solve the matter of Guan Yushan this time, and you can return to Zenwu Taoist Temple with us, Shan Jiaju said. Hearing Shan Jiaju's words, Yang Yanlan was also happy. It was indeed as Shan Jiaju said. Go and bury the bodies of the two secretly. Don't report to Zenwu Taoist Temple. For the time being, Shan Jiaju then ordered. The next day, early in the morning, Elder Jiaju is taking Yang Yanlan to Xiangsha City. Let's go to Xiangsha City and take a look. Mu Kingsun said to Yu Piu. The strong men in Xianaya Pavilion are extraordinary. Let's go and see the duel between the two masters. Maybe we can get some inspiration. Yu Piu said. Although she said so, but in her heart, Yu Piu wanted to see Shan Jiaju being beaten to death by Guan Yushan. Chapter 855. Tyrannical Official Yushan. Heavens will fall symbols. Wind God's wrath. Xiangsha City. 10 Directions General Envoy Mansion. General Envoy, Shan Jiaju has come down the mountain and brought a young man with him. Yan Yanju came to Guan Yushan and said, is he here? Then we will welcome him well. Notify the 10 Directions Mansion, the 10 Directions envoys, to gather at the hall to welcome this Shan Jiaju. We really want to see if the Shan Jiaju of this Zenwu Taoist temple is very strong. Guan Yushan said coldly. The hall was the former headquarters of the Xiangsha Alliance. The place is spacious and suitable for fighting. Soon Chu Xiangyu, Jiu Zangsun, Helian Bei and others all gathered in the hall. When they just landed, Shan Jiaju from Zenwu Taoist Temple comes to visit Guan Yushan, the 10 Directions General Envoy of Xianaya Pavilion. The voice was loud. Everyone around the 10 Directions General Envoy heard this loud voice. The chief elder of the Taoist Holy Land, Zenwu Taoist Temple, has come to Xiangsha City. Is it because of the Yunhei Gate? Some people heard this voice and exclaimed. Zenwu Taoist Temple is famous. Shan Jiaju is the chief elder of Zenwu Taoist Temple. Such an identity appeared in Shifeng General Hall. It caused an unusual sensation. Many people came in the direction of the 10 Directions General Envoy. If they fought, they would definitely be shocking. When Shan Jiaju's voice fell, a figure walked out of the 10 Directions General Hall. I'm the 10 Directions Envoy Chu Xiangyu. Please come in. All the martial artists who come here can enter the hall. When Chu Xiangyu invited Shan Jiaju, he also said to the martial artists who came to gather. Hearing Chu Xiangyu's words, Shan Jiaju's eyes condensed. He didn't expect Guan Yushan to invite him so openly. The warriors who came to watch the battle were excited. They thought they could only watch from outside the hall, but they didn't expect to be able to enter the 10 Directions Hall. Shan Jiaju stepped forward and took Yang Yanlan into the 10 Directions Hall. Soon, a group of people appeared in front of the entrance of the 10 Directions Hall. Guan Yushan was sitting on a purple gold bench. When he saw Shan Jiaju coming, he didn't even stand up. Shan Jiaju, who came, saw Guan Yushan sitting on the purple bench. His eyes became gloomy and his face was not good. The other party was looking down at him. When the people who followed him saw this situation, their expressions also changed, and then they became excited. Guan Yushan didn't take Shan Jiaju of the Zenwu Taoist Temple seriously at all. I don't know what Elder Jeju has to say to my 10 directions hall. It seems that our Cheyenne pavilion has no contact with the Zen Wu Taoist temple, and my Shifen General Mansion has no intersection with your Taoist temple. Guan Yushan looked at Cheyenne Jeju and said, there was no intention to invite Cheyenne Jeju to come up. At this moment, Mu Kingsuan and Upiu were also among the crowd watching the battle. When Mu Kingsuan saw this, anger appeared in her eyes. This Guan Yushan is so domineering. He didn't take Elder Jeju seriously at all, nor did he take my Zenwu Daogwen seriously. Mu Kingsuan said, this person is very powerful, with a violent aura. Domineering is based on strong strength. This time Cheyenne Jeju may be in danger. Upiu looked at Guan Yushan sitting on the purple gold bench and said, he knew that Guan Yushan was very strong, but he had never seen Guan Yushan himself. Now that he saw Guan Yushan, he could sense the terrifying aura on him. I feel it too. Hearing Upiu's words, Mu Kingsuan also said solemnly. In the scene, some voices began to rise and fall. General Envoy Guan, this is your way of entertaining guests. Facing Guan Yushan's aggressiveness, Cheyenne Jeju's eyes were cold, but he held back and said in a cold voice, guest, invited, or friend. That's a guest. Cheyenne Jeju, you said you are a guest. You are my friend, or I invited you. Guan Yushan stood up and said, you want to avenge your dead disciple. I'm here. I can fight you. Guan Yushan's breath surged at this moment, and the terrifying true energy erupted like a volcano. Recently, my son Kaiaxing and Taishanman are in a bad mood and are preparing to find someone to fight. The chief elder of Zenwu Taoist Temple, Cheyenne Jeju. It is rumored that you have completed the suspected galaxy falling 9 swords of Zenwu Taoist Temple. It can cut the Milky Way with one sword. I really want to see your sword. Is it like the legend? Guan Yushan fell and came to Cheyenne Jeju. The people who followed him saw this and quickly came to the distance. When the strong fight, if you are not careful, you may be involved in life and death. That is life and death. Of course, some people also heard Kaiaxing and Taishanman mentioned by Guan Yushan just now. Recently, in the entire Great Zhao dynasty, there is only one person in the Cheyenne, that is Kaiaxing, the deputy director of the West Pavilion of Cheyenne Pavilion. In other words, Ren Kaiaxing of the Cheyenne is the son of Guan Yushan. Hearing this news, many people were shocked. Mu Kingsuan, who was with Upiu, also stared at Ren Kaiaxing's strength. Although she did not go to the Holy Sword Lake at that time, she saw the progress of the Cheyenne, and the sword master of the Holy Sword Lake died under Ren Kaiaxing's sword. As the saying goes, like father, like son. From this sentence, it can be seen that Guan Yushan's strength must be very strong, and it is possible that he has reached the level of the Cheyenne. Everyone looked at Cheyenne Jeju. At this moment, Cheyenne Jeju was also surprised, but he was more angry. It was anger towards Guan Yushan, because the other party did not take him seriously at all. Today, let me experience the strength of General Envoy Guan. Boom. When Cheyenne Jeju's voice fell, a terrifying sword energy appeared around him, and it soared into the sky. The surrounding sword energy condensed, but did not disperse, but the air was constantly vibrating under this sword energy, forming a terrifying ripple. Elder Jeju's sword energy is controlled to perfection. Upiu looked at this situation, and his eyes moved slightly. Elder Jeju is the chief elder of the Zenwu Taoist Temple, and his strength can also be ranked in the top 5 in the Taoist Temple. If you fight with him before, I'm afraid you will be beaten badly. Mu Kingsuan said with a smile. Then I don't believe it. You have to fight to know anything. Upiu said. Although Cheyenne Jeju is very powerful, is he, Upiu, weak? Seeing Upiu's stubbornness, then you can take a good look. Mu Kingsuan said with a smile. Good, very good. Seeing the sword energy bursting out of Cheyenne Jeju, Guan Yushan's face showed excitement. I just learned a set of unique skills recently, and it's just right to use you to test it. Guan Yushan received the 4 symbols of Heaven's Will from Chen. It is also possible that in a different world, he actually quickly comprehended the first 3 moves of the 4 symbols of Heaven's Will, and was also comprehending the 4th move. He sensed that he would be able to practice successfully soon, so he wanted to give it a try. Boom. The aura on his body exploded, along with the change of his aura. The aura of the surrounding heaven and earth also changed. The originally windless sunny sky suddenly became windy and turbulent. The terrifying wind gathered towards Guan Yushin. Under the gathering of this wind, a huge shadow appeared behind Guan Yushin. The wind god is angry. Guan Yushin roared. Boom. The huge figure raised his hand and slapped it, and the world moved. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 856. The sky is like the Milky Way. 9 swords appear, mixed into one. Innate energy. The strong energy leads to strange phenomena. Seeing this, everyone's expression changed. Many people knew Guan Yushin's divine power, but they had never seen Guan Yushin use this move. The wrath of the wind god. Facing this move, Chen Jiaju's eyes condensed. The sword intent on his body burst out. It seems to be the 9 swords of the galaxy. The first sword, the sword falls, and the mountains and rivers move. Chen Jiaju drew his sword out of the sheath. He slashed with the sword. The sword came out. A silver light appeared between heaven and earth. The silver light tore the heaven and earth apart. In this violent wind, like lightning, the sword energy burst out and collided with the surrounding violent wind. Clang clang clang, the sword energy in the sky collided with the wind, emitting bursts of clanging power, forming a series of terrifying wind blades, shattering the heaven and earth. And the silver sword light collided with the palm of the wind god's anger. Boom. At the moment of collision, the previous wind and sword energy instantly disappeared, as if they were swept by a black hole. But after disappearing, the place where the sword energy collided with the palm print before quickly formed a vacuum, shattering everything. The ground beneath their feet quickly cracked and shattered, forming a deep pit. The two did not win in one move, but Chen Jiaju's eyes were extremely solemn. You see, Elder Jiaju's swordsmanship is extremely sharp. New King Soen looked at UPI and said, "It's really strong, but I can take this move." UPI, who practiced Wuxiang divine art, the ki in his body, is several times more powerful than the true ki of the average C concentrated strongman. Coupled with his natural divine power, the power he bursts out is even more extraordinary. So he can block this sword. New King Soen didn't say anything. He was able to kill Changchen Taoist, so UPI could indeed block this sword. I really want to see your true strength. New King Soen looked at UPI and said, "You will see." UPI, who didn't say anything, but looked at the two fighting parties. After Guan Yushin made a move, a wild laugh appeared on his face. Block the first move, watch my second move. Guan Yushin's aura changed, and the invisible wind rage seemed to stop suddenly for a moment, and a hot breath diffused out. It was originally summer. When this heat appeared, many people felt like being roasted by fire. Sweat suddenly broke out all over their bodies. At this moment, Guan Yushin's body was filled with fiery red true energy. A figure burning with fiery red true energy emerged, a terrifying huge figure, and a palm went towards Chen Jiaju. Chen Jiaju's eyes changed. The sword energy on his body changed. It seems to be the 9 swords of the galaxy. The second sword. The sword comes out of the glacier. Chen Jiaju shouted. The sword came out. Suddenly, a white cold air appeared in the air, and the fog spread around like an ocean. In this fog, a huge ice-like sword appeared. The palm of the angry fire god collided with the two forces, the collision of ice and fire, and the world suddenly became cool. The third sword. The sword comes out of the sunset. Chen Jiaju is the chief elder of the Zenwu Taoist temple. It is impossible for him to let Guan Yushin take action without taking action. He took the third sword first. The sword came out, and a sunset appeared between heaven and earth. The setting sun appeared, and the sword light illuminated the earth. Finally, it gathered into a bright sword light, and went towards Guan Yushin. The speed was so fast. Innate Ganki. This time Guan Yushin did not make a move, but operated his innate Ganki. Boom. The rapid sword light fell on Guan Yushin's innate Ganki. There was an explosion sound, but it disappeared immediately. It did not cause any trouble to the opponent. Seeing this situation, many people's eyes condensed, and Chen Jiaju, who drew the sword, changed his face. He did not expect that his sword did not cause any trouble to the opponent. The sword energy didn't shake the opponent's ki at all. Mixed primordial ki, innate ki. To break the opponent's ki, it takes extremely strong power. The fourth sword, the sword determines the 4 directions. Shanjiaju's attack had no effect, so he quickly used the fourth sword. When the fourth sword was slashed out, suddenly, the world seemed to be suddenly silent. Just like his sword moves, the sword determines the 4 directions. Not only was the surroundings silent, but Guan Yushen's figure also had a kind of silence. This was the silence of the soul. There was a feeling that affected the ki in his body. Guan Yushen showed joy on his face. The strength of the chief elder of the Zen Wu Taoist temple is extraordinary. The fighting spirit in his body began to boil. He raised his palm, but this time it was not the Thunder God's wrath, but another martial art. After occupying the Xiangsha Alliance, he looked up the martial arts of the previous Xiangsha Alliance leader Bu Yongxiao. 4 elephants on a dragon skill. He raised his palm. He shouted in a low voice. 4 symbols. The azure dragon covers the sky. Boom. A palm strike out. A huge palm force turns into an azure dragon, shattering the tranquility of the space and whistling towards the opponent. 5th sword. The sword comes out like stars. The sky and the earth suddenly became dim, but in this dimness, stars appeared one after another. The stars gathered together and crashed into the azure dragon. Boom. The 2 forces collided. The true energy rioted. Thunder God's wrath. At this time, Guan Yushen continued to strike out the terrifying Thunder God's wrath in the 4 symbols of heaven's will. Thunder and lightning covered the sky and the earth, forming a huge thunder and lightning palm force and heading towards Shanjiaju. The 6th sword, the heavy sword, splits the mountain horizontally like a hammer mountain. The 6th sword came out like a heavy mountain, but when it collided with the thunder and lightning, it was suppressed. Guan Yushen's innate Ganki circulated in his body, bursting out towards the Thunder God's wrath, and endless true energy poured into the Thunder God's wrath, and the power surged. It directly pressed towards the heavy mountain. Suddenly, the long sword in Shanjiaju's hand seemed to be pressed by the Thunder God. The sword energy shattered. His figure was shaken back several steps. Roar. At this moment, Shanjiaju roared, and the aura around him surged and came out in a mighty manner. Taishang Zen Wujin. The true energy in his body circulated, forming a terrifying flow rate. It converged with the surging true energy and merged into the long sword in his hand. The 7th sword, the 8th sword. He roared, and the long sword slashed at the huge thunder god like a terrifying silver. The sword light burst out from the 2 swords, collided with the thunder god, and collided with each other. The thunder god and the 2 sword lights shattered at the same time. Divine power, the Milky Way falling from the sky. Shanjiaju burst out his divine power at this time. A silver light appeared behind him, and the light appeared like the Milky Way of heaven and earth, hanging in the sky, with a sense of etherealness. At first, the 2 did not burst out their divine power when they fought. When he was about to perform the last sword, he burst out his divine power. The 9th sword, the Milky Way of 9 heavens, the Milky Way of 1 sword. As soon as the sword move was made, the hazy Milky Way and the divine power behind him seemed to fall. At the moment, when the Milky Way fell, a sword light appeared. The sword light appeared, and a strong sword intent permeated. This sword was not sword energy, but sword intent. Sword intent is invisible. It can cut people's minds and bodies. Shanjiaju's divine power was condensed to cooperate with his last sword. Is this your last sword? Guan Yushen's divine power burst out, and the innate Ganki and 4 symbols Zunlangong were also activated. The whole body of ki and energy were mixed into one. And with a move of his foot, his figure swept out and shot towards the opponent. Boom. The sword light fell on him, emitting a dazzling flame, but it did not break through the Ganki screen. Although his figure was blocked, Guan Yushen kicked the ground with his foot and shot out. The mighty dragon's palm slapped out instantly. The palm fell. The sword Shanjiaju's expression changed, and he hurriedly held the sword to resist. Boom. The sword and palm collided. The moment of collision. A wave of ki that made people's faces change drastically spread wildly. Shanjiaju's chest was boiling with ki and blood, and a mouthful of blood was about to erupt. His face changed drastically, and his aura changed. A breath that was more concentrated than the sea burst out. Boom. This force appeared and blocked Guan Yushan's terrifying palm. The void gate in the sky sensed the change in Chen Jiaju's aura and began to condense. Chapter 857, Unbridled. Thunder God takes over the heaven gate. Thunder God is angry again. The strength exceeds the concentration of the sea. Upiu's eyes condensed while watching the fight. In his previous cognition, he guessed that Chen Jiaju's strength might exceed the concentration of the sea. Now under Guan Yushan's powerful fist, he was forced to use the power that exceeds the concentration of the sea. Mu Qingxuan just said that Chen Jiaju's strength ranks in the top 5 in the Zenwu Taoist temple, which means that at least 4 people in the Zenwu Taoist temple have such strength. Upiu thought in his heart. Looking at the place where the fight took place, I didn't expect Guan Yushan to force Elder Jiaju to burst out the power that exceeds the concentration of the sea. Mu Qingxuan looked at the Shineman with a serious look. This is not the Zenwu Taoist temple. If you break through the Shineman here, you can't reach the area of the Zenwu temple. It's okay in the human area, but if you reach the area of fierce beasts and demons, I'm afraid you will only die. Mu Qingxuan said. Disperse the power and avoid the Shineman. This is the only thing Elder Jiaju can do now. Mu Qingxuan said. That is to say, after a casual martial artist enters the heavenly gate, there will be danger. Upiu thought of Renkai who had entered the heavenly gate before. Yes. The major inheritances have coordinates and can be pulled. This is why I want you to enter the heavenly gate at the Zenwu Daoguan, said Mu Qingxuan. Shatter the heavenly gate, and the fight between them will end. Upiu said. But Guan Yushan has no intention of ending the fight at all, and his strength is also changing. Guan Yushan's strength also surpasses the sea of concentration. Mu Qingxuan's eyes were closely watching the situation in the field. At this moment, with the change of Chen Jiaju's aura, Guan Yushan's face also became cold, and his aura began to change, and he also burst out with strength that surpassed the sea of concentration. And he was more unscrupulous than Chen Jiaju. Seeing this situation, Chen Jiaju looked ferocious. You want to enter the heavenly gate with me? Chen Jiaju looked at Guan Yushan and said. Entering the heavenly gate together, that's not it. I will beat you to death. Guan Yushan's eyes were cold. The power in his body never stopped, and the terrifying power was running faster than Chen Jiaju. The power of Shineman lightning gathered. Boom. The first lightning fell instantly. The lightning went towards Guan Yushan and Chen Jiaju. Thunder God's wrath. When the lightning fell, Guan Yushan roared, and the phantom of Thunder God appeared and merged with the lightning. Then, along with the lightning, he attacked Chen Jiaju. Sword falls on the Milky Way. Innate Zuan Wujin. Chen Jiaju roared, and the long sword in his hand slashed out. A stream of ki appeared on his body, and a black turtle appeared in the ki. The sword light slashed towards Guan Yushan's attack. The black turtle ki on his body resisted the falling lightning. Bang! The ki on his body was shattered by the lightning. The sword light collided with the Thunder God's wrath, making a rumbling sound. The lightning poured into Chen Jiaju's body. Ah! Chen Jiaju burst into a scream. Bang! Then the whole person exploded and turned into a blood mist. If he was to fight Shineman alone, Chen Jiaju would definitely be able to resist. But his sword slashed towards Guan Yushan's Thunder God's wrath. The Thunder God's wrath, which was fused with the power of the Heavenly Gate's lightning, was even more terrifying than the Heavenly Thunder. So he slashed towards the Thunder God, and the innate Gang-ki Guan Yushan roared, and the innate Gang-ki on his body surged, bearing the Heavenly Gate's lightning. His whole body was trembling, but the innate Gang-ki was running rapidly, and he actually bore the first wave of power. The first wave blocked the heavenly thunder, and lightning condensed Guan Yushan's true ki quickly converged, and in the blink of an eye, his breath disappeared. For a moment, it seemed as if the person did not exist. The heavenly gate could not sense it and disappeared. When the heavenly gate disappeared, Guan Yushan spit out a mouthful of blood. Looking at the heavenly gate, his brows frowned slightly. General Envoy Chu Xiangai appeared beside Guan Yushan and stretched out his hand to support Guan Yushan. Don't touch me for now, Guan Yushan said. But Chu Xiangai's palm had already touched his body, and suddenly a force of lightning poured into his palm. The whole person's palm felt like it was burnt. He quickly retracted his palm, and the ki surged out, restoring his palm. Go back first. Guan Yushan said. The lightning of Xianmen is so terrifying. Yu Piayu frowned. This Guan Yushan is even more terrifying. He actually used his own ki to block the terrifying lightning, and it seems that the injury is not very serious. But he may encounter a more powerful force next time he steps on Xianmen. The existence of Xianmen is also to protect the warriors of this world, so that such a powerful existence will not be rampant. Elder Xianjiaju died in the battle. I will report this news to Zenwu Taoist Temple as soon as possible. Mu Kingsuan said. Yang Yanlan is there. Should we take him away? Yu Piayu looked at Yang Yanlan, who was stunned in the field, and said, don't worry about him. Let's leave first. This Guan Yushan is too strong. What kind of force is Xian'ai Pavilion, and why does it have such a strong person? Mu Kingsuan said. She didn't plan to meet Yang Yanlan. Take Yu Piayu away. Xianjiaju was defeated, and this matter had a great impact. As the chief elder of the Zenwu Taoist Temple, he died at the hands of Guan Yushan, the 10-direction general envoy of Xian'ai Pavilion. That means the Zenwu Taoist Temple is not as good as Xian'ai Pavilion. This will form a momentum. The momentum of the Zenwu Taoist Temple disappears, and the momentum of Xian'ai Pavilion rises. The warriors watching the battle are also extremely horrified at this moment. This battle is earth-shattering. Only one person in the field is in a state of chaos. That is Yang Yanlan. He doesn't believe what he sees at all. Xianjiaju, the chief elder of the Zenwu Taoist Temple, died at the hands of Guan Yushan. Xianjiaju is the leader of their father's lineage. Once he died, the strength of their lineage was greatly reduced. Although the Zenwu Taoist Temple is a Taoist holy land, there is also fierce competition. Looking around, he saw the figures of Mu Kingsuan and Yu Piayu leaving. His eyes were full of jealousy. He went towards the two. Outside the city, Yang Yanlan followed Mu Kingsuan and the others. Mu Kingsuan, stop. Mu Kingsuan, you have the power of blood. You can attack now. I believe that Guan Yushan is definitely not your opponent. Go and kill him. Otherwise, I will report the matter of Yu Piayu, Mu Yuanping and Changchen Taoist to the Zenwu Taoist Temple. Yang Yanlan rushed to Mu Kingsuan. TSK. When he rushed to Mu Kingsuan and said these words, a sword light floated past. A blood mark appeared on Yang Yanlan's throat. It was not Yu Piayu who attacked, but Mu Kingsuan. Yang Yanlan covered his throat and looked at Mu Kingsuan in disbelief. Let me take action. Even if I have the power of blood, I'm no match for Guan Yushan. And you shouldn't threaten me. I, Mu Kingsuan, am not someone you can threaten. Since you want to threaten me, then die. If you die, no one will know that I killed you. I will tell your father that you are missing. As for whether you are dead or alive, your father doesn't know. While Mu Kingsuan was talking, she grabbed Yang Yanlan's body with her palm and took it into the dense forest and took out the corpse powder from her arms. In the blink of an eye, Yang Yanlan's body turned into a pool of thick water. Sometimes, women are more cruel than men. These 2 chapters are for today, and there will be no updates. Please be informed. Chapter 858, Heavenly Saint Sword Body, Dragon Elephant True Meaning, Heavenly Dragon True Blood, Heaven Devouring Vajra Finger. Yu Piayu looked at this scene, with a hint of surprise in her eyes. Mu Kingsuan's move was too decisive. She sighed in her heart. Sometimes you can't underestimate the cruelty of women. They kill people when they disagree with each other. This way, no one will know that you killed Changchen Taoist and Mu Yuanping, and there will be no problem for you to go to the Zenwu Taoist Temple with me. If there are doubts in the temple, they will only suspect Xian'ai Pavilion. But we can't say that their deaths are related to Xian'ai Pavilion. After all, with the strength of Xian'ai Pavilion in the Lingjiang area, they may find out something. Then they will find out about us. Mu Kingsuan said. Hearing Mu Kingsuan's words, Yu Piayu asked with some doubts, Guan Yushan killed Xianjiaju. Didn't the grudge already happen? Even if we don't say it, a war will inevitably break out between Zenwu Taoist Temple and Xian'ai Pavilion. This Xianjiaju is the chief elder of Zenwu Taoist Temple. Hearing Yu Piayu's doubts, Mu Kingsuan shook her head and said, that's not necessarily true. Now the Zenwu Taoist Temple is divided into 3 factions. One advocate's entering the world, and the other advocate's seclusion from the world. Aren't there only two? Why is there one missing? There is also a lineage of a head sect, which takes both into account. That's my master's lineage. Xianjiaju is the leader of the worldly faction. The previous owner of the Zhenwu Garden, Yangzhu, was a figure of this lineage, which led to the establishment of the Zhenwu Garden in the capital. The strongest among them is Xianjiaju. Now that Xianjiaju is dead, the momentum of their lineage has weakened. However, the specific situation depends on how the head sect decides. The head sect of the Zhenwu Taoist temple has the greatest authority. That Guan Yushan can use his own skills to draw on the thunder and lightning of Xianmen, and he can also resist the thunder and lightning of Xianmen. This person's strength is somewhat terrifying. It's better for us not to stay here, lest there be any problems and the other party not let us leave. Mu Kingsuan said. Upiu nodded, and the two left quickly. Soon, the news that Guan Yushan killed Xianjiaju of Zhenwu Taoist temple in Xiangsha city spread throughout the great Zhao dynasty. For a time, the world was in an uproar. Xian'ai Pavilion has been making a lot of moves recently. First, Ren Qiangxing killed the swordmaster of Shengjian Lake and stepped into the Heavenly Gate. Another deputy pavilion master appeared and occupied the sword tomb of Shengjian Lake. Now, the 10 Directions General Envoy Guan Yushan has killed Xianjiaju, the chief elder of Zhenwu Taoist temple. This is definitely a big deal. It is much stronger than the momentum created by King Lan Club. Su Chen, who was rushing to the direction of the Red Sun Palace, was sitting in the carriage and listening to Yuan Suan's report. He was still a little shocked. The thunder god is angry, and the power of thunder and lightning continues. Guan Yushan is really courageous. Has General Envoy Guan reported the reaction after the thunder? General Envoy Guan feels that, if Xianmen appears again, the power against him will surge, and I'm afraid he will leave. If he doesn't leave, he may not be able to withstand the thunder and lightning. Yuan Suan said. Su Chen was not surprised to hear Yuan Suan's words. If it is true as Li Han Qiu said, that Xianmen is protecting this world, then this situation is very normal, and will not allow you to have such strong strength. In order to ensure that Upiu can enter the Zhenwu Taoist temple, together, Mu Kingsuan actually killed Yang Yanlin. Su Chen was also a little surprised to hear this. The host's subordinate Gu Shentang used the Emperor's key-looking technique to devour the remaining sword energy of the strong men of all generations in the sword tomb of the Holy Sword Lake, and condensed the Heavenly Saint sword body in one fell swoop. Reward 3 orange lottery cards. HMM. Seeing this situation, Su Chen's eyes were stunned. He didn't expect that Gu Shentang actually devoured all the remaining sword energy in the sword tomb of the Holy Sword Lake and condensed the Heavenly Saint sword body. This is a bit scary. Gu Shentang's own strength is at the broken level, and now in this situation, I'm afraid it's even stronger. I don't know if the attack power of the sword body can break through Guan Yushan's innate energy, Su Chen thought to himself. Then he drew the 3 orange lottery cards. Upiu is the exclusive character who has obtained the Dragon Elephant True Meaning. Guan Yushan is the exclusive character who has obtained a drop of Heavenly Dragon True Blood, and Bei Chaofei is the exclusive character who has obtained the Heaven Devouring Diamond Finger HMM. Su Chen was slightly surprised when he saw this information. This is to enhance the strength of Upiu, Guan Yushan and Bei Chaofei. Investigate the Dragon Elephant True Meaning. The Dragon Elephant True Meaning can comprehend the body of the Dragon Elephant. Upiu is born with divine power. With the Dragon Elephant True Meaning, he can increase his own strength and condense the Dragon Elephant God, thereby tempering his physique and forming the body of the Dragon Elephant in the later stage. Heavenly Dragon True Blood, a drop of blood from the ancient Heavenly Dragon, contains terrifying power and a trace of Heavenly Dragon True Power. If you can comprehend it, you will have Heavenly Dragon True Power. Heaven Devouring Diamond Finger, a vicious fingertip technique. Once you practice it, you can fight with others and penetrate the opponent's body. Then you can absorb the essence and blood in the body and improve your own strength. It is a cold and cold technique that quickly improves strength. This is actually a cold and cold skill. It doesn't match the name, but it's very powerful. Bei Chaofei has this skill, and his strength will definitely be further improved. This time the harvest is not bad, Su Chen thought to himself. How many days do we have to get to Suchong? Chen asked. We still have 2 days to get to Suchong. Master, where will we live after we get to Suchong? Lan Chengbi, don't you have Wugi Villa? Without alerting others, live in Wugi Villa. You notify Lion Chengbi. Chen ordered. After Lion Chengbi accepted Xiao Hao's power transmission, combined with his own martial arts, he realized his own divine power and stepped into the level of sea concentration. Chen set Lion Chengbi as the 12th Hall Master of the Qinglan Club, the Master of the July Hall, and Mirren Fu became the Master of the August Hall. The Master of the June Hall is the new character Yan Nanfui. The 9 Hall Masters of the 12 Halls of the Qinglan Club have been gathered. Wugi Villa outside Suchong. Lion Chengbi was sitting in the hall, looking at the letter in his hand, with a happy look on his face. Young Master Su came to Suchong. He was going to stay at his Wugi Villa, which was his honor. My husband, what are you so happy about? Li Yimei, who was standing by, asked Lion Chengbi with a smile on her face. Young Master Su of the Qinglan Society came to Suchong and will stay at my Wugi Villa. Lion Chengbi did not hide it from Li Yimei. Li Yimei would gradually know many things in the future. Li Yimei was his wife, and there were some things that did not need to be hidden. The main reason was that the Qinglan Society had already gained momentum. Young Master Su of the Qinglan Society came and wanted to stay at our Wugi Villa. Is he a big shot? Then we must entertain him well. Li Yimei showed surprise on her face. Everything remains the same, just make preparations in secret. Actually, Yimei, there is something I want to tell you. I'm actually a member of the Green Dragon Society, or rather, a member of the Young Dragon Chief. After my strength increased, the Young Dragon Chief promoted me to the leader of the July Hall of the Green Dragon Society. Lion Chengbi said. Chapter 859 Revenge, killing Lion Chengbi and Li Yimei. Hearing Lion Chengbi's words, Li Yimei was surprised. Although she had some doubts about Lion Chengbi's identity, she didn't expect Lion Chengbi to be the leader of the Qinglan Club. She was even more surprised that Lion Chengbi would tell her this. But then she showed worry on her face. Will telling me this affect your position in the Qinglan Club? Lion Chengbi didn't have so many burdens in this life, so he perfectly demonstrated his own Qinghe aura. Under this temperament, Li Yimei has given her whole heart to Lion Chengbi. So she was a little worried that Lion Chengbi would be affected by telling her this news. It's okay, this is agreed by the Young Dragon Chief, it will be fine. Lion Chengbi said. Master. Just as they were talking, a servant came in. What's the matter? Master, this is a message from our spy in the Red Sun Hall. The man handed the secret report in his hand to Lion Chengbi. Lion Chengbi opened the secret letter and frowned slightly. He waved his hand and said, you go down first. The man quickly retreated. After the Red Sun Palace attacked Chen, Lion Chengbi sent people into the Red Sun Palace to get information. Moreover, some time ago, he also killed Liu Mushing, the eldest disciple of the Red Sun Palace. Although it was a secret killing, it was also a state of enmity. Naturally, the situation of the Red Sun Palace must be monitored. What happened to my husband? Seeing the change in Lion Chengbi's face, Li Yimei couldn't help but speak out. Although Li Yimei has no martial arts and only knows a little bit now, she is talented and often helps Lion Chengbi deal with some things. Take a look. Lion Chengbi handed the secret letter in his hand to Li Yimei. Li Yimei frowned slightly after reading the secret letter. The Red Sun Palace has established a relationship with the Mirren family. The Mirren family is in the capital, but they have royal relations. Although the royal family has changed now, it is still very strong. Li Yimei said. The Mirren family doesn't care. If the Qinglan Society can destroy the Nangang family, it can destroy the Mirren family. But the Mirren family should know what kind of relationship the Red Sun Palace has with my Qinglan Society. They still do such things. I don't know whether they are intentional or unintentional. Lion Chengbi said coldly. If it is intentional, then Lion Chengbi can think that the Mirren family wants to be the enemy of their Qinglan Society. Let's pass the information of the investigation to the Young Dragon Chief first, and let the Young Dragon Chief decide. Li Yimei said. At this moment, Lion Chengbi could only nod. In another Red Sun Palace, In addition to the palace master Kai Zinayang and the deputy palace master looming, there is also a woman wearing a fiery red long skirt, with a curvy figure and a beautiful face. The woman exudes a hot breath, coupled with her curvy figure, which is very attractive. Jia, thanks to you this time, otherwise, we would not be able to get in touch with the Mirren family. Kai Zinayang said. Father, as a member of the Chiang Palace, I must help the Chiang Palace at this time. However, Father, I have already helped you get involved with Mirren Xingchen and the Mirren family, so shouldn't we avenge the eldest brother? The one who killed the eldest brother is Lan Qingbi. I want him dead. Hatred flashed in the eyes of the woman in the red dress. However, capture Lan Qingbi and that bitch Li Yimei together. I want to use their bodies to commemorate the eldest brother. Li Yimei said. Niece, now the matter of the Qinglang Society is expected to be resolved. Lan Qingbi killed our Chiri Palace eldest disciple. He must die. For this matter, I will personally go to Wugi Villa to capture Lan Qingbi and Li Yimei, and how to deal with them at that time will be left to you, my niece. Deputy Palace Master Looming said. Looming and the others didn't know who killed Liu Musheng, but Kai Yao thought it was Lan Qingbi, so now it was Lan Qingbi who killed Liu Musheng. Because Kai Yao is the key to the connection between their Kairi Palace and the Mirren family, Mirren Xingchen agreed to help them Kairi Palace because of Kai Yao. Thank you very much, Uncle Lu. I'll leave this matter to Uncle Lu. I'll go back to my courtyard first. Kai Yao thanked Looming after hearing his words, and said goodbye, and left the hall. After Kai Yao left, Kai Zinayang said in a deep voice, Lan Qingbi had contact with Fu Hongsu, the fourth leader of the Qinglang Society, and Cao Feng, the leader of the Beggars sect. I'm afraid they have a relationship. Palace Master, if Lan Qingbi had a relationship with the Qinglang Society, Lan Qingbi would have killed the stranger long ago, instead of waiting for the Red Sun Palace to offend the Qinglang Society before killing again. I suspect that Lan Qingbi just wants to take advantage of the situation. Palace Master, I know what you are worried about. In fact, it doesn't matter whether Lan Qingbi has a relationship with the Qinglang Society or not. Now that Mirren Xingchen is obsessed with Jia, we can capture Lan Qingbi and others to test whether the Qinglang Society has a relationship with Lan Qingbi, Looming said. Hearing this, Kai Zinayang's eyes lit up. When we catch them, ask Mirren Xingchen to come again. In this case, if Lan Qingbi has nothing to do with the Qinglang Society, then everything will be fine. If there is, we can also drag Mirren Xingchen into the water. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace said in a deep voice. The Lord is still better. I'll do it now. Looming bowed. In the backyard of the Red Earth Palace, in front of a courtyard. This courtyard was the courtyard that Liu Musheng had lived in before. After Liu Musheng died, Kai Yao moved in. Push the door, and enter a wing room on the right. In the wing room, a small grass emitting 7 strange colors is in a flower pot. This small grass emitting 7 strange colors is called the 7 absolute life destroying grass. After watering Li Yimei's whole body with the god-given blood, I believe you will be able to fully mature. At that time, I may be able to use your 7 absolute life destroying key to comprehend the 7 absolute life destroying divine power, and step into the sea to concentrate in one fell swoop. Kai Yao looked at the 7 absolute life destroying grass and murmured. Kai Yao and Liu Musheng had already secretly decided to spend their lives together, but outsiders didn't know about it. Liu Musheng approached Li Yimei and pursued her, just to make her a blood slave for them to cultivate the 7 absolute life destroying grass. Now that Liu Musheng is dead, Kai Yao wants to kill Li Yimei and use her whole body of blood to water the 7 absolute life destroying grass in front of her to help her gather her divine power. Mirren Xingchen, you are really lucky. Kai Yao couldn't help but think of Mirren Xingchen at this time, with a trace of disgust in her eyes. Late at night, Wuki Villa, 3 figures landed outside a wing room. The figures landed, and the 3 people did not hide their breath. Inside the room, Lan Qingbi on the bed opened his eyes, and a trace of coldness flashed in his eyes. Get up. When he got up, Li Yimei sensed Lan Qingbi's movement, and opened his eyes. Someone is coming. I'll go meet them. You stay in the room. Lan Qingbi put on his clothes. He opened the door and walked out. Looking at the 3 people in the courtyard, his eyes condensed slightly. Looming, the deputy hall master of the Red Sun Hall, brought people here late at night. What's the purpose? Lan Chengbi looked at the 3 people in the courtyard and snorted. Lan Chengbi, you killed my Red Sun Hall's eldest disciple Liu Mushroom. Today I was ordered to bring you and your wife to my Red Sun Hall. Looming looked at Lan Chengbi and said, take my wife and me to the Red Sun Hall. Do you know where this place is? This is the Wookiee Villa. It's not a place where you can act wild at will. Since you come uninvited, I will send your bodies back to the Red Sun Hall. Lan Chengbi's eyes revealed murderous intent. There is no need to talk nonsense. Just fight and kill. Boom. At the moment he spoke, a terrifying aura erupted from his body, and the whole courtyard moved automatically without wind under this aura. Chapter 860. There is a road to heaven, but you don't take it. There is no form or shape, but a sword hidden in the sleeve. Seeing the aura bursting out from Lan Chengbi, Looming, the leader, showed surprise in his eyes. Your strength. He was about to speak, but Lan Chengbi had already moved. His whole body turned into a residual shadow, and in the blink of an eye, he appeared behind Looming, raised his palms, and slapped them suddenly, at an extremely fast speed. Bang, bang. The 2 people who followed Looming were slapped, and flew backwards, before they could come to their senses. Puff. Both of them spit out blood at the same time. One of them tried to struggle to stand up, but before he could stand up, he fell to the ground and died. As for the other person, he was twitching on the ground, also seriously injured. If he was not treated in time, he would probably die. There is a road to heaven, but you don't take it. There is no door to hell, so you send it up. Lan Chengbi looked at Looming with cold eyes. It seems that you really killed Liu Mushroom. Looming had some suspicion that Lan Chengbi killed Liu Mushroom, but he was not sure in his heart. But now it is certain that it was Lan Chengbi who killed Liu Mushroom. Yes. Some people are not something he can target, so he deserves to die. For example, the same goes for you who came here today. Looming, Deputy Hall Master of the Red Sun Hall, it is said that you have already practiced the Red Sun Hall's Red Flame Black Flow to perfection, and condensed the Red Flame Black Flow divine power. I really want to see it today. Lan Chengbi looked at Looming and said coldly. Humph. Looming snorted coldly, but he was extremely vigilant in his heart. The other party faced him with a relaxed expression. From this point of view, the other party's strength may have reached the level of sea concentration. I didn't expect that it would turn out like this when I thought it was a simple, easy thing. He had some secret hatred in his heart, but in this situation, Lan Chengbi would not let him leave, so he had to take action. The mind was the same. He stepped forward, and a strong true energy burst out from his body, with a faint divine power, pressing towards Lan Chengbi. Lan Chengbi, if you want to see it, I will let you see it. Divine power, red flame and black flow. Boom, a black breath diffused behind him. In this breath, there was also a burning feeling like charcoal, as if it was going to burn everything. Red flame, black flow. With the appearance of divine power, Looming rushed out, clenched his palm into a fist, and the red flame and black flow condensed on his fist. With one punch, it was like a blazing black hole, burning everything. Facing Looming's divine power, Lan Chengbi also had a divine power. His martial arts practice was mainly based on Xiao Hao's martial arts. The strongest martial arts of Xiao Hao was an evil practice that combined the illusion and ninjutsu of Japan. It has no form and can mutate the body. Of course, after coming to this world, Lan Chengbi found that he could perform such martial arts without cutting off his arms. And he also combined this practice to create his own divine power when he was concentrating in the sea, which was formless and invisible. Divine power, formless and invisible. However, this divine power is not directed to the outside, but only to his own body, which is very different from the external divine power. Of course, the divine power has the same aura. When the fiery fist hit Lan Chengbi's body turned into a dark figure under Looming's fist, and appeared on the other side in a blink of an eye. Boom. The fist landed on the ground. Bricks and stones flew on the ground. What a weird martial arts. Looming's eyes suddenly condensed after missing the attack. The move that Lan Chengbi just dodged was too weird. He turned into a black shadow silently, looking towards a place. Lan Chengbi's figure appeared. I want to see how you dodge. Black flow, red land. Luming shouted in a low voice, clapped his palms, and a stream of black true energy burst out from his palms. The black airflow carried the fiery energy, like a volcanic eruption, magma spewing out, and red land for thousands of miles, and enveloped Lan Chengbi. For a moment, the originally bright moonlit night became a little dark and deep. Luming's face was ferocious, and he slapped his hands fiercely. Suddenly, the black energy burst the air, and countless air made a hissing sound under this hot black flow. Looking at the attack, Lan Chengbi's eyes condensed slightly. He clenched his palm into a fist. Xian Liu, Zenshin, the true energy in his body surged, and his fist also punched out, and a stream of true energy gushed out of his fist. The gushing true energy turned into a giant peak. The giant peak floated to resist the falling black flow, and it also emitted a heavy force faintly. Qinglong Society and Xian'ai Pavilion have conquered many forces and collected the martial arts of these forces. Lan Chengbi and others also have the right to read these martial arts. This is a martial art he has just cultivated recently, called Xian Liu Zenshin Gong. It is to transform the mountain with qi and suppress the opponent. The qi is condensed like a mountain, exuding a sense of pressure, and it is also more powerful. The two forces collided. The giant peak collided with the black fox. The two forces exploded at the same time. The raging energy spread in all directions. It's time. A cold light flashed in Lan Chengbi's eyes, and his figure suddenly rushed out, forming a strange black shadow. The black shadow was extremely fast, and in the blink of an eye, it appeared in front of Luming. As soon as it appeared, the figure raised his arm, and a long sword appeared in his sleeve. Lan Chengbi's sword in his sleeve. The sword came out. It looked like a warm spring breeze, but it was very fast, and the sword light disappeared in an instant. In Zhao Xiaolang, someone commented on Zhao Xiaolang and Lan Chengbi like this. Zhao Xiaolang's swordsmanship is like wind, thunder and lightning, while Lan Chengbi's swordsmanship is like a warm spring breeze. The two of them are one hard and one soft, and they have reached the pinnacle. In this world, his sword has never fallen for a day. Luming was in a state of surprise, because he failed to suppress Lan Chengbi with one blow. Unexpectedly, Lan Chengbi suddenly attacked with a long sword in his sleeve. Before he could react, the sword light penetrated his own true energy, and pierced into his throat. Luming looked at the sword on his throat, and wanted to grab the sword. Swish, the sword light was retracted. Lan Chengbi stepped aside. Luming covered his neck. Why are you so strong? Who are you? Since you are dead, I can tell you. I'm the leader of the July Hall of the Qinglong Society. Lan Chengbi glanced at the other party and said coldly. Hearing Lan Chengbi's words, Luming's eyes were horrified. He didn't expect Lan Chengbi to be the leader of the July Hall of the Qinglong Society. I deserved my defeat. He wanted to say this, but he didn't say it, and his body had fallen to the ground. In the blink of an eye, he stopped breathing. Lan Chengbi came to the injured person who fell to the ground before. This person was a survivor that Lan Chengbi had deliberately left behind before. He really wanted to know how the Red Sun Hall determined that he had killed Liu Mushroom. Tell me, why do you think I killed Liu Mushroom? I may be able to spare your life. Otherwise, I will let you know what it means to be worse than death. Lan Chengbi's cold voice reached the ears of the gasping man. A glimmer of light appeared in the eyes of the panting man. We didn't know you killed Liu Mushroom, but the eldest lady wanted to use the two of you to commemorate Liu Mushroom. The eldest lady is now Mireng Xingchen's woman, so Deputy Palace Master Lu brought us here to arrest you, the man said panting. Kaya, the eldest lady of the Red Sun Palace, is Mireng Xingchen's woman. No wonder. Lan Chengbi, who was speaking, raised his palm and landed on the other person's head. Bang. The head cracked. The man died with his eyes wide open. Didn't you just say you would spare my life? Why did you smash my head? Chapter 861 Mireng Xingchen, eaten up, was calculated. Qixingtang is the property of the Mireng family in Jiangnan. The head of Qixingtang is Mireng Xingchen, the third son of the Mireng family. As for why it is named Qixingtang, this has something to do with the Qixing Palace, one of the three palaces in the Jiangnan area. Mireng Xingchen, the third son of the Mireng family, is famous for liking all kinds of beauties. Lan Haitang, the head of the Qixing Palace, a famous beauty in the Jiangnan area. She was ranked 4th in the last Xiangxin list. Murong Xingchen set his eyes on Lan Haitang, so he founded Kixingtang not far from the Kaixing Palace. His goal is to take down Lan Haitang. But for so many years, he has not taken down Lan Haitang. Murong Xingchen is holding a brush in his hand and is painting a portrait of a beauty. Murong Xingchen has a tall figure and a handsome face and has the aura of a disciple from a noble family. His eyes look very deep. As the brush in his hand moves, the beauty on the portrait gradually takes shape. She is a beautiful woman wearing a red long skirt and has a curvy figure. It is Kaiyao from the Chiang Palace. He had a habit of drawing a picture of anyone he had been with or slept with as a souvenir. Third young master, there's a letter from the eldest lady. After Murong Xingchen finished writing, an old man in a green robe came to Murong Xingchen. A letter from my sister? She rarely writes to me. Murong Xingchen was a little confused and took the letter and opened it. When he opened the letter, his face changed slightly. Uncle King, you should know the content of the letter. Murong Xingchen looked at the old man beside him and said, old slave, I guessed that it should be related to the Red Sun Palace. Uncle King beside him said, my sister asked me not to have anything to do with the Red Sun Palace. Murong Xingchen said, the Red Sun Palace had previously joined forces with the Nangang family, the Huo family and other forces, to besiege and kill Chen, the young leader of the Green Dragon Society. Now the Nangang family and the Huo family have been destroyed by the Green Dragon Society, and the next one should be the Red Sun Palace. The ancestor of the Red Sun Palace appeared in the Lai family a few days ago, and died in that battle. Kaiyao is approaching the third young master at this time, obviously hoping to use our Murong family to save the Red Sun Palace. The young master accepted Kaiyao, and the outside world is now saying that the Red Sun Palace has joined forces with my Murong family. The eldest lady will naturally write to the third young master, said Uncle King. The Green Dragon Society is now too powerful, not to mention that His Highness King Chen, who is supported by many elders in the family, has a friendship with the young leader of the Green Dragon Society. The clan naturally does not want the Murong family to have a conflict with the Green Dragon Society. Uncle King paused and continued. It seems that I have to give up another beauty. Murong Xingchen looked at the portrait in front of him and sighed. Master, you have already taken Kaiyao's virginity. It is useless to you. It is okay to abandon it. But third master, the martial arts world is changing now. You need to improve your cultivation as soon as possible. Otherwise, the pressure from the eldest lady will be a bit too much, said Uncle King. Uncle King, why don't you tie up Lan Haitang? Maybe my heavenly desire 9 transformations will be perfected, said Murong Xingchen to Uncle King. Uncle King lowered his head and said nothing, as if he didn't hear. But I really want to meet this young Master Su. I had my eyes on Mu Kingsu from the Red Sandalwood Palace before, but I didn't expect that Mu Kingsu had a relationship with him, so I gave up. And Kaiyao, who rejected me before, threw herself into his arms because of him. I really have to thank this young Master Su. Murong Xingchen said. At this time, a disciple of the 7 Stars Hall trotted in from outside. Third young master, Cherry Hall. Kaiyao is here. She is in the lobby. Although Murong Xingchen is in charge of the 7 Stars Hall, he asked the people in the hall to call him third young master. Kaiyao is here at this time. Murong Xingchen was a little confused. Let's go and take a look. Murong Xingchen stood up and went to the hall with the old man. In the lobby, Kaiyao was wearing a blue and white long dress. The hotness of the past disappeared, but her figure was still bumpy, and she also exuded a taste of ripe peach. Such a contrast made her look more seductive. Looking at Kaiyao's dress, Murong Xingchen's eyes lit up. Seeing Murong Xingchen appear, Kaiyao walked in front of him, leaned against him, and said softly, "Third young master, I came here this time because my father wants to invite you to the Cherry Hall." Although she hated Murong Xingchen in her heart, she was very docile on the surface. "The palace master invited me, so of course I have to go. I'll go prepare some things first, and then I'll go with you," Murong Xingchen said, holding Kaiyao's waist. Kaiyao's face showed joy when she heard Murong Xingchen's words. "Just wait for me here, Uncle King. Come with me to the back hall," Murong Xingchen said. Uncle King nodded. The two went to the back hall. "Kai Zinliang invited me to the Red Sun Palace at this time. Is there something wrong?" Murung Xingchen asked in a deep voice. Uncle King, who followed behind him, frowned slightly. Old slave, ask now. Uncle King separated from Murung Xingchen. Murung Xingchen stood there waiting. After a while, Uncle King returned. Something happened last night. Looming, the deputy hall master of the Red Sun Hall, led people to Wugi Villa, but did not return. The owner of Wugi Villa, Lian Chengbi, had previously crossed paths with Fu Hongsu, the 4 dragon leaders of the Green Dragon Society, and Cao Feng, the leader of the beggar gang. He also killed the leader of the ZHU Gate, and took charge of the Jiangsheng sect. Now in Sucheng, he is very powerful. Looming has not been able to come out of Wugi Villa for a night. It seems that he is in danger. Uncle King said what he knew. Although Looming's level of concentration in the sea is average, he is still a strong man in the sea anyway. He entered Wugi Villa and did not come out, which means that there are strong men in Wugi Villa who are in the sea. It seems that Kaiser Liang feels that this Wugi Villa is not ordinary, so he asked me to go to Red Sun Hall. He wants to use me to stabilize their Red Sun Hall and deter others. Murung Xingchen snorted coldly. Then third young master, are we still going to the Red Sun Hall? Otherwise, I will just postpone this matter. Uncle King said, sister doesn't allow us to get involved in the affairs between the Red Sun Hall and the Qinglang Society. Lian Chengbi of Wugvilla has a relationship with the Qinglang Society and the Beggars sect. If we get involved, we will be stuck in the mud. It seems that I will be a heartless person. Murung Xingchen sighed. Return to the lobby. In the lobby, Kaya looked at Murung Xingchen, who was returning, and found that he had nothing in his hand, with some confusion on his face. Yeah, there was an urgent matter in the hall just now, and I have to deal with it. I will go to the Red Sun Hall another day. I'm really sorry. Murung Xingchen said. Hearing Murung Xingchen's words, Kaya's face changed. She knew that Murung Xingchen knew something, so she refused. She was angry. Murung Xingchen would actually be like this. He wanted to wipe it clean after eating it, before he got her, but he agreed to everything. Now, even though I just wanted him to go to the Red Sun Palace, he refused to go. Third young master, since you don't have time to go to my Red Sun Palace for the time being, can you do me a favor? There's news that Lian Chengbi from Wugi Villa killed my Red Sun Palace senior brother Liu Musheng. I wonder if you can ask Lian Chengbi to come here. I want to know in person. As Kayana spoke, she continued to approach Murung Xingchen. She whispered, as long as I meet him, I will listen to you tonight. A trace of heat emanated from Kaya's mouth. Murung Xingchen pondered for a moment and said, Uncle King, please ask the owner of Lion Manor. It's okay to just meet him once, and he also wanted to meet Lian Chengbi. He wanted to see if he had any relationship with Qinglang Society. Thank you, third young master. Kayana kissed Murung Xingchen. Uncle King took the order and walked out of the hall. When she walked out of the hall, Kaya sent a message to the maid who came with her. Send a message to my father and tell him that Murung Xingchen has retreated a little. I have already found a way to get Murung Xingchen to invite Lian Chengbi out. After Lian Chengbi leaves, let my father send someone to Wuki Villa to bring Li Yimui to the Red Sun Palace. The reason why she wanted Murung Xingchen to invite Lian Chengbi was to transfer Lian Chengbi away so that she could catch Li Yimui. In this way, not only could Murung Xingchen be dragged into the water, but Li Yimui could also be obtained. When she returns, she will be killed and watered on the 7 absolute life-destroying grass. At any time, women should not be underestimated. Chapter 862, Red Sun Palace, Blood Sword Hall, 12 Sword Masters, fighting into Wuki Villa. Wugi Villa. Lian Chengbi looked at Uncle King who came. He didn't expect Murung Xingchen to send someone to invite him to 7-Star Hall. Wugi Villa and 7-Star Hall have not been handed over yet, nor have they cooperated in any way. Looking at the steward of 7-Star Hall in front of him, Lian Chengbi showed a hint of surprise in his eyes. This steward king exudes a huge martial arts aura. The true energy around his body cannot be condensed, but sometimes it is invisible, forming invisible energy and water flow, showing his strength. Leaking, the steward of 7-Star Hall, always followed Murung Xingchen. Perhaps it can be said that this person has been managing the affairs of 7-Star Hall. I don't know if Master Lion can go to my 7-star hall to talk to the third young master. Li King looked at Lian Chengbi and said, since the third young master Mireng invited you, and you, Steward King, are here in person, of course I have to give you face. Lian Chengbi also wanted to test Mireng Xingchen. See what Mireng Xingchen thinks. Go tell my wife that I'm going to the 7 stars hall. Lian Chengbi said to the servant outside the door, Chief Steward King, let's go. Then he said to Chief Steward King, seeing Lian Chengbi's agreement, Chief Steward King smiled. When he saw Lian Chengbi, he sensed a breath from Lian Chengbi, a very strong breath. Lian Chengbi's strength was much stronger than what was said outside. Before entering Wookiee Villa, he explored and found no other masters. So Lu Ming was probably killed by Lian Chengbi. The two walked out of Wookiee Villa and stepped on the carriage that Chief Steward King had come to earlier, heading towards the direction of the 7 stars hall. At this moment, outside Wookiee Villa, two figures looked at the departing carriage, nodded to each other, and one of them left quickly. Not far away, in a mountain temple, a man wearing a robe from the Red Sun Hall was sitting cross-legged in the temple. There were 12 people accompanying him around him. These people all held long swords in their hands. There are 13 brown horses outside the temple. They are all from the Blood Sword Hall of the Red Sun Hall. The Deputy Hall Master Lu Ming attacked the Wookiee Villa at night and there is no news. They are in a hurry to go down the mountain to find out the news. The leader's eyes are cold, as if he is not disturbed by external objects. In front of him is a black long knife. This person is a master of knife. Hall Master. The person who was in Wookiee Villa just now entered the temple and bowed. Lian Chengbi has left Wookiee Villa, and we can enter Wookiee Villa. Hearing the report from the visitor, the man who was sitting cross-legged stood up and grasped the long knife in his hand. He just received a secret report from the Hall Master, asking them to enter Wookiee Villa and take Li Yimei away. Okay, let's enter Wookiee Villa. Killing intent filled his eyes. They found out some information about Wookiee Villa. None of the guards of Wookiee Villa went out last night. Only Lian Chengbi took action. Now that Lian Chengbi has left, they can enter Wookiee Villa and take Li Yimei away. Inside the temple, the 12 swordsmen quickly mounted their horses and followed the leader, riding towards Wookiee Villa. After a while, outside Wookiee Villa, 13 giant horses stopped. The leader dismounted. Bang! The man with the knife cut the copper casting outside Wookiee Villa in half with one knife. Who is it? The disciples in Wookiee Villa saw this and shouted. But as soon as the disciple spoke, a knife flashed. Swish! The disciple was split in two. Enemy attack. Seeing this, the other disciples shouted. Kill. The 12 knife domain formation. The leader shouted. The 12 people who followed him drew their long knives and headed towards Wookiee Villa. The 12 people's swordsmanship was connected and formed into one. The people who met them were instantly killed by the knife. After killing one person, the 12 swords appeared on their bodies, crisscrossing and pushing forward. Not good. The Red Sun Palace. The 12 swordsmen. Some warriors recruited by Lian Chengbi saw this situation and their faces changed drastically. We are not opponents. Tell the wife to leave and tell the owner to return. Send a letter. Before he finished speaking, a sword light appeared, and the head flew up, and blood poured out. I will catch Li Yimei, you kill. The leader shouted and rushed towards the inner court. Wookiee Villa has recently gathered some people, but they are not powerful masters. Seeing the 12 swordsmen of Red Sun Palace take action, some people did not dare to resist and fled. Some people wanted to resist, but the 12 swords swept over and were instantly split into several halves. The blood stimulated people, increased people's fear mentality. The whole Wookiee Villa was in chaos. Backyard Li Yimei didn't expect that as soon as Lian Chengbi left, the people from the Red Sun Hall came to kill him, and her face changed drastically. Kia, go and inform the owner of the manor, and tell him not to enter the 7-star hall. Li Yimei said to the maid beside her. The 7-star hall's chief steward took Lian Chengbi away, and the people from the Red Sun Hall came to kill him. She thought that the 7-star hall was helping the Red Sun Hall deal with their Wookiee Villa. At this moment, she was very worried about Lian Chengbi's safety. The 7-star hall would have an ambush to plot against Lian Chengbi. Madam, I won't leave. I want to be with you. The maid beside her said. The owner of the manor is in danger. You must inform the owner. I can't leave. I go with you. And you can't leave either. Go quickly. Find the owner of the manor. Maybe I can still live. Li Yimei said very calmly. The maid beside her had followed her since she was a child. She didn't want to leave. This is an order. Go quickly. Go through the backyard. Follow the fleeing crowd. Li Yimei said commandingly. Seeing this, the maid could only cry and leave. In the courtyard, Li Yimei stood alone. A figure walked in from outside, his body stained with blood. Looking at Li Yimei standing in the courtyard. You didn't run away. You have some courage. Madam, come with me. The man looked at Li Yimei and said coldly. The order he received was to take Li Yimei back to Red Sun Hall. Take me away. What do you want to do? Li Yimei said coldly. Palace Master, you should be glad that I'll let you return to Red Sun Hall, not let me take your body back. Otherwise, you will lie on the ground like the people outside. The man with a knife said coldly. I will go with you. You stop killing. Li Yimei said. You have no right to choose. The man with a knife had cold eyes. Li Yimei's eyes were dim, with worry on her face, but her expression was calm. She walked out of the courtyard. Wookiee Villa. The body fell to the ground and blood flowed. Some buildings collapsed. Outside the villa, Li Yimei was grabbed by the leader and left on horseback. At this moment, the news of the incident at Wookiee Villa had spread. Many people also knew that the head of the Bloodblade Hall of the Red Sun Hall, Red Bloodblade, led his 12 sword masters to massacre Wookiee Villa. They also abducted the wife of Wookiee Villa and returned to the Red Sun Hall. At this time, Lan Chengbi was on his way to the 7-star hall and was not aware of the incident at Wookiee Villa. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 863, Sioux City gathers and goes to Red Sun Palace. Outside the 7 Stars Hall, a carriage stopped. Lan Chengbi and Butler King got off the carriage and looked at the 7 Stars Hall in front of them. The entrance of the 7 Stars Hall was a manor. There were guards outside the entrance. When he saw Lan Chengbi and Butler King get off the carriage, he immediately saluted them. Please, Lan Manor Master. Butler King waved his hand. Lan Chengbi nodded and prepared to step into the 7 Stars Hall. Manor Master. At this moment, a galloping horse rushed over quickly. Be careful, it's dangerous. The 7 Stars Hall deceived you. The people from the Red Sun Hall broke into our Wookiee Villa, and the lady was taken away by the people from the Red Sun Hall. Manor Master, go and save the lady. The one who came was the maid who was beside Li Yimei before. She came out of the villa and galloped over. What? Lan Chengbi's expression changed, and his figure quickly separated from Butler King, and his figure flashed and appeared in front of the maid. Kia, what did you say? What happened to Madam? Lan Chengbi felt what gentleness was in this life. Li Yimei was devoted to him. As they got along, he fell in love with Li Yimei. Not long after you left, the people from the Red Sun Palace rushed into the Wookiee Mountain Villa and killed many people. Madam was afraid that the owner of the villa was in danger, so she asked me to come and tell him that he was in danger and could not enter the 7-star hall, Kia said hurriedly. After hearing this, Lan Chengbi's eyes flashed with coldness. He looked at the Steward King, then grabbed Kia, jumped on the horse, and left quickly with his men. Now the focus is not to argue with the 7-star hall, but to go to the Red Sun Hall immediately to save people. Lan Chengbi's eyes flashed with endless murderous intent. If something happened to his wife, he must kill Mireng Xingchen and leave the 7-star hall with nothing alive. At the entrance of the 7-star hall, the Steward King's expression also changed. He also heard the conversation between Lan Chengbi and the others. Not good. He quickly went into the 7-star hall. Inside the 7-star hall, Mireng Xingchen was half lying under the shade of a tree, and a maid beside him was feeding him fruit. Third Master, something happened. Manager King came to Mireng Xingchen quickly and said, something happened, Uncle King, didn't you go to see Lan Chengbi? Lan Chengbi won't give me, Mireng Xingchen, face? Mireng Xingchen looked at Manager King and saw that there was no one behind him and couldn't help but speak. Lan Chengbi came with me, but just now someone from Wugi Villa said that as soon as we left, the people from Kairi Palace rushed into Wugi Villa. The people from Kairi Palace also kidnapped Lan Chengbi's wife Li Yimei. Third Master, where is Kayara? Manager King couldn't help but ask. Just now she said she felt a little uncomfortable and said she wanted to rest for a while. But you said that the people from Kairi Palace rushed into Wugi Villa. Mireng Xingchen stood up and said with a gloomy face, "Go, call Kayara." Mireng Xingchen said to the attendant beside him. The attendant left quickly. After a while, the attendant returned. Third young master, we didn't see Kayara in the wing room, but the guard said that Kayara left Kaixing Hall not long ago. The attendant said, "Bitch, you are using me." Hearing this, Mireng Xingchen's face turned ferocious. It was the first time he was played like this by a woman. Investigate what happened in Woodvilla. Mireng Xingchen ordered in a deep voice. Uncle King, let's go to the lobby first. Mireng Xingchen stepped towards the lobby. In the lobby, third young master, it seems that this time, Red Sun Hall wants to drag you into the water. We should go to Red Sun Hall now, said King, the chief steward. The people of Red Sun Hall just kidnapped Li Yimei, which means they don't mean to kill her. Then Li Yimei will not be in danger for the time being. If I go to Red Sun Hall now, I won't be able to explain it clearly at that time. Mireng Xingchen said. Third Master, Lan Chengbi has already rushed to the Red Sun Palace, and Kaizen Yang should be thinking of using Li Yimei to threaten Lan Chengbi. If we don't take action, once Lan Chengbi is really related to the Green Dragon Society, if he gets into trouble, I'm afraid it will be difficult for us to get away with it. Butler King said. If Lan Chengbi is really related to the Green Dragon Society, Wugi Villa would not be destroyed so easily. From this point of view, Lan Chengbi has nothing to do with the Green Dragon Society, Mireng Xingchen said in a deep voice. Hearing Mireng Xingchen's words, Uncle King also calmed down, thinking in his heart that if Lan Chengbi was related to the Green Dragon Society, Wugi Villa would not be destroyed by the Red Sun Palace people, and his wife Li Yimei would not be abducted by the Red Sun Palace people. Third Master, are we just going to let Kayara and the Red Sun Palace go? Uncle King said in a deep voice. I, Mireng Xingchen, have never been played like this before. How could I let them go like this? It's a good opportunity to make the Red Sun Palace pay a price. After paying the price, we will hand them over to the Qinglang Society for disposal. In this way, we will benefit without offending the Qinglang Society, said Mireng Xingchen. While they were talking, the person who had previously investigated the Wugi Villa walked quickly into the lobby. He told the story of what happened in the Wugi Villa. There are no masters, just as I guessed. We will leave for the Red Sun Palace later. I hope that when we arrive, the Lord of the Red Sun Palace can kill Lan Chengbi, said Mireng Xingchen. At this time, outside of Suching, in a tavern on the official road, two figures wearing bamboo hats were drinking in the tavern. They were Yan Nanshan and Ding Peng who came to Suching. They came to Suching after destroying the Huo family in Jiangbi. Suddenly, a figure appeared outside the tavern. The two stood up and left the tavern quickly. In a dense forest, what happened? Yan Nanshan said in a low voice. Something happened in Wuki Villa. The person who came quickly recounted what happened in Wuki Villa. Mobilize all assassins of Qinglang Club in Suching and go to Chiri Palace. Yan Nanshan quickly ordered. Yes. The person who came quickly accepted the order and disappeared in front of the two. Kixing Tang, Mireng Xingchen, he dared to get involved in the affairs of our Qinglang Club and Chiri Palace. Is he looking for death? Ding Peng's eyes showed a trace of murderous intent. Lan Chengbi has already rushed to Chiri Palace. Let's go too. Don't let anything happen. Yan Nanshan said. Let's go. Ding Peng nodded, and the two quickly headed towards the direction of Chiri Palace. In another place, Su Chen and his carriage were also heading towards Wuki Villa. My lord, something happened. Yuan Suan walked in from outside the carriage with a serious face. Seeing Yuan Suan's solemn expression, Su Chen was stunned. Something happened in Wugi Villa. The head of the Blood Knife Hall of the Red Sun Hall, Kai Zudao, led the 12 sword masters to attack Wugi Villa. Wugi Villa was bloodbathed. It shouldn't be. Lian Chengbi's strength has reached the level of sea concentration. Lian Chengbi was just invited to the 7-star hall by Mireng Xingchen of the 7-star hall, and then the people of the Red Sun Hall attacked Wugi Villa. A spy found out that Kaya, the daughter of the head of the Red Sun Hall, had gone to the 7-star hall to meet Mireng Xingchen. Yuan Suan said. Mireng Xingchen of the 7-star hall, the third young master of the Mireng family, they are going to participate in the feud between our Qinglan Club and the Red Sun Hall. Su Chen showed a sneer at the corner of his mouth. Let's go to the Red Sun Hall. I hope Li Yimei is fine. Su Chen said coldly. Lian Chengbi could be a tragic figure in his previous life, but he just found love in this life. Whoever dares to destroy it will die. No matter why. Go back and continue. There will be 2 more chapters around 8 o'clock. Chapter 864. The Mireng family's terror. Lian Chengbi rushes into the Red Sun Palace. Jiangnan. In Sucheng, there is a huge manor in the southern waters. Outside the manor, there is a monument. On the monument are written the word Mireng, indicating that this is the territory of the Mireng family in Jiangnan. The manor is very spacious. Pavilions and towers stand tall, and rockery, flowers, and trees can be seen everywhere. Inside a pavilion inside the pavilion, the decoration is a little pink. 2 figures are sitting inside. One of them is wearing a purple long skirt, about 28 or 29 years old, with a cold face, and looks a bit like Mireng Xingchen. Next to her, there is a young woman wearing a pink long skirt, with a pure face and bright eyes. Sister, since you were on the list of immortals, why have so many people come to my Mireng family to propose marriage? Sister, you haven't married yet. The pink skirt woman said. Isn't this a good thing? If you meet someone you like, sister will help you to say it. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. Anyway, my father is in seclusion, and there is a chance to refuse. The purple skirt woman said softly. Dada. At this time, there were rapid footsteps outside the pavilion. The purple dressed woman was slightly startled. Come in. What happened? The purple dressed woman asked. The door opened, and a woman in black tights walked in. Miss, something happened? Wugi Villa was bloodbathed by the Blood Sword Hall of the Red Sun Palace today. The person who came in asked. What does the destruction of Wugi Villa by the Blood Sword Hall of the Red Sun Palace have to do with our Mireng family? The woman in a pink dress next to the purple dressed woman said. Miss, the destruction of Wugi Villa has something to do with the 3rd young master Xingchen. The 3rd young master sent Butler King to Wugi Villa to invite Lian Chengbi to 7 Stars Hall. After Lian Chengbi left, the head of the Bloodblade Hall of the Red Sun Hall, Kai Zudao, led the 12 sword masters into Wugi Villa and took away Lian Chengbi's wife Li Yimei. This is not the point. I just got the news that the assassins of Qinglan Club are beginning to gather around Sucheng. It is estimated that they will gather towards the Red Sun Hall. Lian Chengbi of Wugi Villa may have something to do with Qinglan Club. The person who came reported. Hearing this, the woman in the red dress suddenly changed her face. This matter is related to Xingchen. Didn't I tell him before that he should not get involved in the affairs of the Red Sun Hall and Qinglan Club? Where is Mireng Xingchen now? The woman in the red dress asked sternly. 3rd young master, I just went from the 7 Stars Hall to the Red Sun Hall. Send a pigeon to inform him to make sure he protects Lian Chengbi and Li Yimei and don't make any mistakes. You and I will leave now and go to the Red Sun Hall. The woman in the red skirt stood up and said. Sister, is it serious? Jua, this matter is a bit serious. You must go to the place where father is in seclusion immediately and make sure he comes out. I'm afraid it's too late and I may not be able to protect Xingchen by then. The woman in the red skirt said and stood up and left. He quickly left Mireng Manor with a visitor and rode towards the Red Sun Hall. In the Red Sun Mountain outside Sioux City. In the mountain peak, the 3 words Red Sun Hall are on the archway. The disciples of the Red Sun Hall are guarding on both sides. Just now, the head of the Blood Knife Hall led people to rush into the Wookiee Mountain Villa, slaughtered many people, and abducted Mrs. Lian Chengbi. A disciple said. Why did you kidnap Lian Chengbi's wife? What's the use of a woman? Wugi Villa has been destroyed. Why keep this woman? Does Master Kai like young women? Someone nearby said. How could that be? Master Kai only likes to kill people, not women. It seems that the eldest lady wants to use Lan Chengbi and his wife to commemorate the deceased eldest senior brother by kidnapping Li Yimei. Isn't Lan Chengbi here to die? Someone said. Didn't Lan Chengbi die? Of course not. Master Kai and his men took action after Lan Chengbi left. Bang. At this moment, the disciple who had just spoken was hit by a palm force, and the whole person flew backwards, spitting out a mouthful of blood. I told you to guard here, not to gossip. A stern voice came. It was Kayada who returned. Yes, miss. The disciple who was hit by a palm and vomited blood got up and said hurriedly. Humph. Kayada snorted coldly, heading towards the Red Sun Palace. Inside the Red Sun Palace. Palace Master, I brought Li Yimei back. I got the news that Lan Chengbi is on his way. We'll kill him together when he arrives. Chixudeo said coldly. Lan Chengbi is not ordinary enough to kill Deputy Palace Master Lu. Don't underestimate him. Kai Zinayang said in a deep voice. His eyes looked at Li Yimei standing in the palace. Li Yimei looked calm, but worried. She was not worried about herself, but about Lan Chengbi. Listening to their conversation, Lan Chengbi was on his way. It would be dangerous if he arrived here. Father, Kai Yao rushed into the palace. Looking at Li Yimei standing in the palace, there was a fiery red light flashing in her eyes. Father, leave her to me. I'll take her to pay tribute to my senior brother first. Kai Yao said as soon as she entered the palace. Take her away. This time, thanks to your timely message, we took advantage of Mireng Xingchen. Once Li Yimei died, even if Lan Chengbi didn't die, Mireng Xingchen would be dragged down by us. Kai Zinayang said. Don't worry, father, Li Yimei is dead. Kai Ya came to Li Yimei and grabbed her neck. I will let you watch yourself bleed to death. After saying that, she grabbed Li Yimei and turned away. Soon, Kai Ya brought Li Yimei to Liu Musheng's courtyard, pushed open the courtyard gate, came to a wing room. The wing room door was open, and the strange 7 absolute divine grass inside was flashing. Do you know why I brought you here? Kai Ya looked at Li Yimei and said. I don't know, but I think you should not just want me to pay tribute to Liu Musheng. Li Yimei said. Yes, I don't just want you to pay tribute to my senior brother. Do you know why my senior brother wants to marry you so much? That's because you have the heaven-given yin blood in your body, which can help the 7 absolute life-destroying grass grow. My senior brother married you, just to use you as blood food. Now that my senior brother is dead, I will use your whole body of blood to water the 7 absolute life-destroying grass, so that it can help me condense the divine power. As long as I condense the divine power, I can leave here. Whether the Red Sun Palace lives or dies, it has nothing to do with me. Kai Ya looked at Li Yimei and said. Hearing Kai Ya's words, Li Yimei was shocked. She didn't expect that Liu Musheng approached her and wanted to marry her for such a vicious purpose. Fortunately, she met Lan Chengbi. Thinking of Lan Chengbi, Li Yimei's face showed a trace of sadness. In her heart, she prayed that Lan Chengbi would not get into trouble. At this moment, the guard disciple just now was still outside the Red Sun Palace. It's so unlucky. How could I meet the eldest lady? This palm, I will need many days to recover, said the disciple who was previously beaten away by Kai Ya. Just as he finished speaking, a black light suddenly appeared. Then the 2 guards were sucked to the black light. A hand appeared and grabbed the necks of the 2 men. Snap. The necks were broken, and the black shadow continued to move towards the Red Sun Palace. Chapter 865, The Killing Mad Lan Chengbi, Li Yimei's transformation, Shaman's reappearance. Along the way, the black light was like flowing water. Anyone who was touched would have their heart veins shattered and die. Enemy attack. Soon someone noticed this and shouted. Kai Zinayang, come and see. Lan Chengbi had already appeared in front of the main hall of the Red Sun Palace and growled. Seeking death. The disciples of the Red Sun Palace rushed towards Lan Chengbi. But when their swords fell on Lan Chengbi, it was like cutting on flowing water, which was completely useless. Instead, they were killed by a burst of energy. This situation made the disciples of the Red Sun Palace look terrified. Red Sun Palm. Many disciples joined together and attacked the black shadow with the flames of their hands. But the energy they attacked fell on the black shadow. Suddenly, a terrifying suction force appeared. The energy around them flowed out like a tide. Ah! Then screams broke out. Lian Chengbi appeared. The number of people won't have much effect on me. The red blood sword and the red blood hall master haven't shown up yet. Lian Chengbi's voice was cold. At this moment, the people who had surrounded Lian Chengbi before retreated one after another, looking at Lian Chengbi with horror. This is simply a monster. He can't be hurt by swords and knives, and his true energy has been absorbed. How can he fight? At the entrance of the Red Sun Hall, the head of the Red Sun Hall and the head of the Red Blood Hall, as well as 3 old men in tight clothes walked out. These people are the most important people in the Red Sun Hall now. Lian Chengbi, you are very courageous. You actually came to my Red Sun Hall alone. What a deep love between husband and wife. The Red Sun Hall master looked at Lian Chengbi and said coldly. But then his eyes turned cold. Today you can only be a couple in the underworld. Your wife has been sacrificed to my disciple. Aren't you a couple in love? Why don't you commit suicide and meet your wife? Hearing the words of the Lord of the Red Sun Palace, Lian Chengbi's aura surged, and a terrifying and strange aura burst out of his body. The whole person's hair was flying, and his eyes turned red. Kill my wife. I will kill all of you in the Red Sun Palace. Lian Chengbi felt like a madman. His figure turned into a black shadow and went towards the disciples of the Red Sun Palace. Whoever he met, all his energy was absorbed. The speed of these people was not as fast as Lian Chengbi. After Lian Chengbi got the power of Xiaoyao, he added his own accumulation and successfully condensed the divine power. The divine power was perfect because of Xiaoyao. Of course, he not only knew Xiaoyao's martial arts, he also knew the heaven-destroying and earth-destroying great soul-searching hand, which was a skill that could absorb people's true energy. Because he had just obtained the power of Xiaoyao and had no enemies for the time being, he did not use this skill. Now that the Red Sun Palace had touched his reverse scale, he had no scruples. He wanted to bloodbath the Red Sun Palace and kill everyone in the Red Sun Palace. His eyes were red. Lian Chengbi had been possessed by the devil at this moment. Killing was his choice now. At this moment, in the backyard of the Red Sun Palace, Kai Yao pressed Li Yimu's acupuncture points. The knife in her hand cut Li Yimu's wrist, and blood kept dripping on the 7 absolute life-destroying grass. The 7 absolute life-destroying grass got Li Yimu's blood and grew rapidly, and the strange 7 colors became brighter. Your blood is really unusual. What kind of blood is the heaven-given yin blood? It's really precious. Kai Yao looked at Li Yimu. At this time, Li Yimu's face became a little pale as her blood flowed. At this time, a figure rushed into the courtyard. Miss, it's not good. It was Kai Yao's maid. Kai Yao's expression changed, walked out of the room, looked at the maid, and wondered what happened. That Lian Chengbi is here. He's crazy and has turned into a black shadow, killing people. The maid said in horror. Who is he? Can't father and the others stop Lian Chengbi? Kai Yao asked with a changed expression. He doesn't fight with the Hall Masters, but specializes in killing the disciples of the Red Sun Hall. His figure turns into a black shadow like flowing water, and he can also suck people's true energy and blood. It's as scary as a monster. Too scary. Let's run away. The maid stuttered. At this moment, while they were talking, Li Yimu's face turned pale and her whole body trembled. However, there was a red bead hanging around her neck. At this time, it emitted a halo. The halo enveloped Li Yimu. When it enveloped Li Yimu, it also enveloped the 7 absolute life-destroying grass. The 7 absolute life-destroying grass seemed to be attracted. It turned into a stream of light and merged into Li Yimu's body. When the 7 absolute life-destroying grass merged into Li Yimu's body, the previous wrist wound healed instantly, as if there was no scar left. The pale face before began to turn rosy, as if sensing the changes here. Kai Yao looked into the wing room. Where is the 7 absolute life-destroying grass? When she saw the 7 absolute life-destroying grass disappear, her face changed drastically, and she rushed into the wing room. But when she rushed into the wing room, suddenly, a terrifying suction force erupted on Li Yimu. Her strength seemed to be absorbed by a terrifying suction force, and rushed towards Li Yimu. This, Kai Yao burst out with terrifying power, trying to break free from this suction force. But this suction force was not under her control at all. The more she struggled, the stronger the suction force became. When her power poured into Li Yimu's body, A force also flowed out of the red bead on Lee Yimou's neck and flowed into her body. Lee Yimou was surprised to see this situation, but her body was not under her control. As the two forces increased, the aura on Lee Yimou's body continued to grow. From a person with only a little cultivation, in a short period of time, she entered the realm of heaven and man. When she reached the realm of heaven and man, the blood in her body began to boil, and a terrifying black airflow erupted from her body. The power erupting from the red bead on her neck was getting more and more. Kaya's power was lost faster. She looked terrified. At this moment, the maid outside the house saw this situation. Her expression changed, and she took out a dagger in her hand, wanting to throw it at Lee Yimou. Swish! A black figure appeared in front of her, and then a sword light flashed by. A blood mark appeared on the neck of the maid. The figure appeared. It was Yuan Suan. Knowing the danger, Yuan Suan came first. Yuan Suan absorbed the blood of bats, and was extremely easy and fast. He was the first to find this place. Seeing the situation in the house, Yuan Suan showed surprise on his face. "You, who are you? Save me." Kayana looked at Yuan Suan, who appeared, and said. Lee Yimou also saw Yuan Suan, and she showed joy on her face when she saw Yuan Suan. When her husband Lan Chengbi told her that he was the head of the Qinglang Club, she learned about Yuan Suan, the butler beside Su Shaolang of the Qinglang Club. "My husband is saved," she thought to herself. At this moment, Kayana screamed, and all her energy was absorbed. She collapsed to the ground with her eyes wide open. At this moment, the power in Lee Yimou's body also changed. A shadow appeared behind her. The shadow was bloody, and there was a 7 deadly life-destroying grass in the blood. Boom. At this moment, the shadow of Xianmen appeared in the sky. Chapter 866 Blood Rain Red Sun Palace. Gathering. Stepping into the heavenly gate. Outside the main hall of the Red Sun Hall, Lan Chengbi's figure flowed on the ground like black water, approaching a Red Sun Hall disciple. The true energy of the Red Sun Hall disciple would be absorbed. Screams continued. "Retreat. Everyone retreat." Seeing this, the Red Sun Hall master Kai Zinayang roared. Divine power, red flames burning the sky. While roaring, Kai Zinayang burst out his divine power. Lan Chengbi must not be allowed to kill recklessly like this, or the Red Sun Hall will be finished. Divine power burst out, and an invisible burning breath enveloped Lan Chengbi. When the divine power enveloped, boom, the shadow of the heavenly gate appeared in the void. Seeing this, Kai Zinayang's expression changed, and he thought he had used his divine power to lead out the heavenly gate. But the direction where the heavenly gate's breath was vaguely shrouded was the back hall of the Red Sun Hall. Back hall. The head of the Blood Knife Hall, Kai Zudao, who was beside him, shouted. Several people screamed again. Lan Chengbi's aura became more violent, and he looked at Kai Zinayang, the master of the Red Sun Hall, with murderous intent. It was just that the appearance of Xianmen was too serious. Kai Zinayang and others no longer cared about the situation of the Red Sun Hall disciples, but turned to the back hall. They wanted to know what happened in the back hall. Lan Chengbi looked at Xianmen and chased after him. Kai Zinayang was his target. Run. In this situation, some of the remaining Red Sun Hall disciples shouted. For a while, the disciples of the Red Sun Hall went down the mountain. At this time, when these Red Sun Hall disciples rushed out of the mountain gate, suddenly, a sky full of hidden weapons instantly enveloped them. Dozens of Red Sun Hall disciples fell to the ground and screamed under these hidden weapons. On the other side, dozens of black thunderbolts instantly fell into the crowd. Boom. The sound of explosions continued, and screams continued. Poisonous. Not only that, a cloud of poisonous smoke enveloped them. Many people covered their necks and fell to the ground. Those who wanted to escape quickly evacuated to the mountain gate of the Red Sun Palace. However, at this time, groups of people in black rushed into the crowd with swords. Some assassins of the Qinglang Society, who were close to the Red Sun Palace, received the order and rushed over quickly. So some assassins arrived first. When they saw the opportunity, they took action. After all, the order they received was to kill all the people in the Red Sun Palace. The assassins just wanted to kill people. There was no such thing as a direct fight. On the mountain road, a small sedan chair with green curtains and red roof was heading towards the Red Sun Palace. The sedan chair was carried by 4 men in tight clothes, and the 4 men walked in unison. Chen was half lying in the sedan chair, and he was not in a hurry at all. He was afraid that he would arrive early and the fight would not be over, and it would be difficult to get away from it. The Chief Steward King, who was next to the sedan chair, followed closely with light steps. Suddenly, the Chief Steward King's expression changed, and he looked up at the sky. The shadow of Xianmen appeared in the sky. Red Sun Palace. How could the shadow of the Heaven Gate appear at this time? Chief Steward King's expression froze. In the sedan chair, Chen also lifted the curtain and looked at the shadow of the Heaven Gate in the sky. How could the shadow of the Heaven Gate appear? Chen said, "This shadow of the Heaven Gate is condensing. Someone's strength has increased and triggered the Heaven Gate. It seems that something has happened in the Red Sun Palace." Chief Steward King said. While he was speaking, a flying bird landed on Chief Steward King's arm. Chief Steward King was slightly startled when he saw the flying bird landing on his arm. He immediately took off the bamboo slips on the bird's feet and pulled out a note from it. After reading the note, Chief Steward King's expression changed. "Third young master, it's not good. The eldest lady has received news that Lan Chengbi may be related to the Qinglang Society. The people of the Qinglang Society have already set out. The eldest lady asked us to go to the Red Sun Palace quickly. We must protect Lan Chengbi and Li Yimei," Chief Steward King said with a changed expression. "What?" Hearing this, Chen's expression was stern. "You said Lan Chengbi is related to the Qinglang Society. How is this possible?" Chen asked with some disbelief. "The eldest lady said that the Qinglang Society people are moving. At this time, the Qinglang Society people are moving, which can only mean that the Qinglang Society is related to Lan Chengbi," Manager King said. "This Lan Chengbi is a member of the Qinglang Society. How could someone just slaughter Wookiee Villa?" Chen yelled and cursed. However, while yelling and cursing, a figure came out of the sedan chair. "Lan Chengbi is a member of the Qinglang Society. If Lan Chengbi died in the Red Sun Palace, then many things would be unclear. So we must hurry to the Red Sun Palace. I prayed in my heart that Lan Chengbi was fine. Let's go." Just as they were about to move forward with all their strength, 2 ghostly figures flashed in front of them. Manager King's expression changed. 2 figures flashed on the mountain road and disappeared in front of them in the blink of an eye. Chief Steward King, those 2 people just now. Chen's eyes condensed. "I can't see their faces clearly. They are wearing bamboo hats, but their strength is terrifying. Third young master, I will take you to the Red Sun Palace first." Chief Steward King grabbed Chen and rushed towards the Red Sun Palace. Just as they set off, 4 figures appeared carrying a person. It was Su Chen and the 4 ghosts of Xiangxi. Chen, I wonder how the Mirren family will explain to us. While speaking, his eyes looked at the virtual shadow of the Heaven Gate in the sky. Continue to move forward. The back hall of the Red Sun Palace. Li Yimei's power is still increasing. However, she is protected by the bead, which condenses her power on a boundary line. It just allows the virtual shadow of the Heaven Gate to condense, but no thunder falls for the time being. Ha ha. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace appeared in the courtyard with several figures. Seeing Yuan Suan appear in the courtyard, there was also Li Yimei who was gathering strength in the phantom behind Li Yimei, and he was shocked. It was Li Yimei who triggered the power of Xianmen. How could she have such power? The Lord of the Red Sun Palace was a little unconvinced. Then he saw Kaya, who had been drained of blood, and fell to the ground, and was already dead. "Yeah, you killed my daughter," the Lord of the Red Sun Palace said to Yuan Suan. Although there were strange phenomena on Li Yimei now, he did not think that Li Yimei killed Kaya. When he finished speaking, Lan Chengbi, who was full of demonic energy, appeared in the courtyard. On the way here, he once again absorbed a lot of true energy from the disciples of the Red Sun Palace. When he saw the situation in the courtyard, and the phantom behind Li Yimei, his expression was startled. But he still saluted slightly to Yuan Suan. Meetings. General Manager Yuan. Yuan Suan has been following Su Chen, and his status is not ordinary. Master Lion, your wife is fine, but it seems that your wife's identity is not simple, and she may have to step into Shineman in one step. Yuan Suan said. When Yuan Suan spoke, Li Yimei also saw Lan Qingbi. My husband, you are fine. You are really fine. I thought I would never see you again. Li Yimei showed joy on her face. Although she knew Lan Qingbi would be fine, when Yuan Suan appeared, she was still a little worried after not seeing it with her own eyes. Now that she saw Lan Qingbi appear, she put her worries aside. But then she looked a little lonely. When the bead gave her energy, it also conveyed some information. She knew she was going to step into the heaven gate and leave. Chapter 867, Crazy Devouring. Touching that layer, we must step into the heavenly gate together. What's going on? Li Yimei was fine, and Lan Qingbi calmed down at this moment. This is the bead my mother left for me. She is from the Cheyenne 18 palaces, above the Shineman. The bead was triggered and activated. The power inside can allow me to step into the Shineman and leave. Now I will be pulled to the Cheyenne 18 palaces. Li Yimei said with some sadness. This, although he just heard Yuan Suan say it, he felt a little melancholy when he really heard Li Yimei say it. His current strength has not reached the point where he can break through the Shineman and leave. He looked at the Lord of the Red Sun Palace fiercely. Swallow them, maybe I will have a chance. Lan Qingbi had such an idea in his mind. Yimei, wait for me, I will step into the Shineman with you. Lan Qingbi said to Li Yimei. At this moment, Lan Qingbi had such an idea in his mind. On the one hand, he hoped to enter the Shineman with Li Yimei. On the other hand, the master always had to go to the Shineman. Although Ren Qianxing had already reached the Shineman, Ren Qianxing went to the Shineman without roots or duckweed. He was different. Li Yimei was able to be led to the Cheyenne 18th Palace, which means that Li Yimei's mother's status in the Cheyenne 18th Palace is not ordinary. He has the opportunity to enter the Cheyenne 18th Palace when he enters the Heavenly Gate. In this way, he can help the master more. When the master enters the Heavenly Gate, there will be some help. Thinking of this, light flashed in his eyes. Then the aura on his body burst out with divine power and enveloped the Lord of the Red Sun Palace and others. Kill you, devour you, and I, Lan Qingbi, will be able to go further. Lan Qingbi's eyes flashed with an extremely cruel look. Just now, he killed a lot in the Red Sun Palace, and the power in his body surged like a tide. Seeing this, Yuan Suan's eyes condensed slightly. Master Lion, you can take action without any burden. Madam, you will not be disturbed. Yuan Suan said to Lan Qingbi. Li Yimei, who was in the halo, heard Lan Qingbi's words, and her heart flashed with joy. Lan Qingbi wanted to leave with her. This was what she had dreamed of. But her eyes were also a little worried. The Red Sun Palace master and his men were very powerful, looking for death, so arrogant. The Red Sun Palace master was furious when he heard Lan Qingbi's words. Lan Qingbi actually wanted to devour their power and step into the Heavenly Gate with Li Yimei. I'm here to kill Lan Qingbi. You go and destroy Li Yimei. I want them all dead. The Red Sun Palace master growled. Just as he was speaking, Lan Qingbi's figure turned into a black shadow and quickly appeared behind him. The black shadow instantly covered an elder of the Red Sun Palace. The strength of this elder was at the level of Dunshan turning into the sea. Ki burst out from his body, but when he burst out the ki, the power in his body quickly rushed towards the black shadow. In just a few seconds, the elder whose Danshan turned into the sea let out a shrill scream. The power in his body disappeared. The whole person's exposed face showed unimaginable pain. The black shadow disappeared from him. The elder's face was pale, his eyes were dull, and his energy and spirit were completely sucked out of him. He was as thin as a stick. His body fell to the ground. It seemed to be broken apart, and he stopped breathing in a few seconds. Lan Qingbi appeared in one place, and his strength was strengthened again. There was a terrifying red light in his eyes. Run. Seeing this situation, the faces of the people who followed Kaizen Yang changed drastically, and they turned around to escape. But when they moved, Lan Qingbi quickly entangled one person again. Seeing this situation, the leader of the Red Blood Hall, the Red Blood Sword, slashed out with a sword. The sword came out, and the blood light was diffused. But the sword light slashed on the black shadow, but it seemed to cut into the airflow. The black shadow was fine, and the elder wrapped in the black shadow screamed. Then there was a scream. The black shadow flowed and covered the long sword and went towards the red blood sword. It was reported that it was this red blood sword that washed Wookiee Mountain Villa. You want to die first? I'll grant you your wish. Lan Chengbi showed his head above the black shadow with a ferocious smile on his lips. Monster, monster, I want you to die. Red sun burns the earth. Boom. Red blood knife roared, and the terrifying red sun power burst out from his body, and the whole person was like the sun of the scorching sun. But when this energy burst out from him, suddenly, the whole body collapsed. The red sun key in his body rushed towards Lan Chengbi frantically. He was not under his control at all. If I wasn't in Wookiee Villa, do you think you can wash my Wookiee Villa with blood? If I hadn't just been promoted to the head of King Lan Club and hadn't been able to mobilize the power of King Lan Club for the time being, do you think you can do this step? Lan Chengbi roared. He stretched out his hand and grabbed the other person's neck. A huge suction force appeared on his palm. In the blink of an eye, the red blood knife, like the previous person, shrunken and fell to the ground, his eyes wide open. He died with his eyes wide open, looking for death. Godly power. After two people died in a row, the Lord of the Red Sun roared. Just when he was about to attack Lan Chengbi, a terrifying knife intent enveloped him. Not only the knife intent, but also the sword intent. The two auras enveloped him. He was horrified. He knew that if he moved, the two auras would cut him with the force of thunder. As for the several people who were about to escape, they were also shrouded in a shadow and moved slowly. Lan Chengbi raised his hands and grabbed. Two figures were sucked into his hands. The heaven-destroying and earth-destroying soul-searching hand burst out with all its strength, absorbing all the true energy of the two people, and then thrown aside. In the blink of an eye, all the people who followed the Lord of the Red Sun Hall, Kaiser Nang, were killed. Boom. At this moment, Lan Chengbi's body was full of mighty and surging true energy, like the feeling of a surging river. He was filled with boundless and terrifying power. These powers continued to fill his body, making his body as strong as a diamond. He felt like he could crush everything with just a move. His realm was also constantly rising. He vaguely felt like he was touching the next level. His eyes sparkled at this moment, like stars. He looked at the Lord of the Red Sun Palace. If I kill you, I can take that step. Lan Chengbi clenched his palms and stepped towards the Lord of the Red Sun Palace. At this moment, the two auras that had previously enveloped the Lord of the Red Sun Palace suddenly disappeared. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace had a ferocious look on his face. The Red Sun Palace was finished. Although he did not create the Red Sun Palace, he was the Lord of the Red Sun Palace and took over the Red Sun Palace in the hope that the Red Sun Palace could advance to a higher level. But now it was destroyed in his hands. The person who destroyed him was Lan Chengbi. He wanted to kill Lan Chengbi. You want to devour me, I want to kill you. Let's see who can stand to the end. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace roared, and his divine power burst out. Along with the explosion of divine power, a terrifying flame of ki appeared on his body. The ki condensed like a scorching sun. Boom. The ki burst out and collided with the air, making a terrifying explosion sound. He moved his feet. Scorching sun. Blazing sun. He rushed towards Lan Chengbi. Chapter 868. The power of Pangban comes to you, wishing lovers to finally get married. At this moment, the Lord of the Red Sun Palace rushed towards Lan Chengbi like a red sun meteor. The sky is cloudy. Devour the sun. Lan Chengbi roared, and his figure came out, and the terrifying true energy power surged out of his hands. At the same time, his figure shot out and punched out. Boom. The two forces collided. The sound was terrifying, shaking the earth, and the airwaves rolled. The surrounding buildings collapsed in an instant. Yuan Suan, who was watching the battle, had a layer of true energy shield on his body to block the power. The two forces collided, and they did not separate after the blow. Instead, the two roared at the same time and continued to attack. Bang, bang, bang. They fought again for several rounds. The two staggered. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace had a gloomy face and stared at Lan Chengbi. Lan Chengbi, who had just fought against him without any loss. When he hesitated, Lan Chengbi attacked again, and his fist rushed forward. Seeing this, the Lord of the Red Sun Palace punched out. The two fists collided, and the ki was dispersed. At the moment, when the ki was dispersed, Lan Chengbi's face was ferocious, and his arm turned into a black shadow. In the blink of an eye, it was like ink, rushing towards the Lord of the Red Sun Palace. Seeing this, the Lord of the Red Sun Palace burst out with terrifying true ki, trying to shake off the cover of the black shadow. But after the true ki burst out, these true ki continued to flow into Lan Chengbi's body. Ah! The Lord of the Red Sun Palace screamed and grabbed with both hands, trying to tear the black shadow covering him apart. But the true ki in his body was lost. With the loss of true ki, his spirit and spirit were also lost. The tearing force of his arm gradually decreased. The true ki in his body burst out again, but the true ki rushed into the black shadow, just like a mud cow entering the sea, and was quickly absorbed and refined by the black shadow. And as the true ki in his body disappeared, the opponent's suction became stronger. If this goes on, I will die. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace was shocked. He couldn't imagine why Lan Chengbi was so terrifying. Why didn't he know about such a terrifying person? Why did he want to provoke him? At this moment, he had such a thought in his mind. No, even if I die, I will die with you. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace threw away such thoughts and roared. The power in his body was running fast. The overloaded operation made the Lord of the Red Sun Palace bleed from his body and face. He wanted to self-destruct his body. TSK. Just at this time, a sword light penetrated his heart. The body that wanted to self-destruct stopped working at this moment. Lan Chengbi had transformed into his true body at this moment, and the long sword in his sleeve pierced his heart. He raised his palm. He grabbed the other party's body and absorbed the last power of the other party into his body. After getting the power from the Lord of the Red Sun Palace, the breath on Lan Chengbi's body began to surge and gradually began to move towards the broken level. He turned and went in the direction of Li Yimei. On the other side, Murong Xingchen and the chief steward king stepped into the Red Sun Palace and saw countless killings, and they were shocked. This Red Sun Palace is over. Murong Xingchen said so. Let's go to the back hall. Manager King appeared in the backyard with Murong Xingchen. When they arrived at the backyard, they looked at the bodies of the Red Sun Hall Master and others on the ground, and Lan Chengbi who was heading towards Li Yimei. They felt relieved. Lan Chengbi glanced at Murong Xingchen who came here and snorted coldly. But he did not stop. When Lan Chengbi approached Li Yimei, Lan Chengbi's aura broke through, and Li Yimei also released that little bit of suppression, and her aura broke through. The two of them flew into the air and headed towards the Heavenly Gate. Boom. The Heavenly Gate sensed the two of them. Boom. The terrifying sky thunder fell. The bead that enveloped Li Yimei emitted a halo, covering Li Yimei and Lan Chengbi. Bang. But the fall of the sky thunder directly dispersed the halo. Not good. The two of them together. The power of the sky thunder has increased. Fang Yu and Suan, who was below, said with a change of expression. After a thunder and lightning flashed above the Heavenly Gate, and the sky and the earth instantly became gloomy, and only the Heavenly Gate flashing with lightning could be seen. Seeing this, Yu and Suan's expression changed. Because this time the power of thunder and lightning was stronger than before. Lan Chengbi and Li Yimei's strength alone might not be able to break through the Heavenly Gate. Li Yimei was filled with power, while Lan Chengbi took that step by devouring the power of others. Perhaps it is possible for one person to step through the Heavenly Gate and leave. But in this situation, they simply cannot break through the Heavenly Gate. They can't break through the Heavenly Gate. Butler King said solemnly beside Murong Xingchen. The Heavenly Gate is not something you can break through just because you want to. Some people are extremely talented, and it is very easy to break through the Heavenly Gate, while some people cannot touch the Heavenly Gate in their entire lives. Some people touch the Heavenly Gate, but cannot break through it, and are under the thunder and lightning of the Heavenly Gate. Lan Chengbi, who was rising, sensed this situation and his expression changed. I will break through the Heavenly Gate, and you leave. Lan Chengbi said to Li Yimei. No, I want to be with you. Even if I die, I will die together. Li Yimei held Lan Chengbi's hand tightly, and she decided to die with Lan Chengbi. The lightning of Shineman was about to fall in the blink of an eye. Haha, this young master will send you off. May all lovers in the world finally get married. At this time, a loud voice came. Su Chen appeared. Who is he? Mireng Xingchen looked at Su Chen who appeared and couldn't help but say, that is Su Chen, the young dragon leader of the Qinglan Club. The housekeeper king beside him said, he is Su Chen. He can break through such power. He is really arrogant. Mireng Xingchen said in a low voice, the power of the sky thunder is extremely terrifying. With Su Chen's strength, it is a fool's dream to want to break through it. Lin Shen. Just as his voice fell, Su Chen shouted in a low voice. He used the power of the magician Pang Ban. At this moment, Su Chen's aura changed, and a terrifying demonic aura appeared on his body. The black hair hung on him like an iron willow. Not only did the power on his body increase, but his charm also changed. There was a feeling of looking down on the world. With a move, he appeared in front of Li Yimei and others. Boom. The heavenly gate sensed the change in Su Chen's power. It swallowed up even more powerful lightning power. Boom. It poured down instantly, like a waterfall. It enveloped Su Chen and the others. Su Chen's expression remained unchanged. He raised his palm and punched out. His fist collided with the falling lightning cloth. The lightning cloth was under his fist, just like a waterfall being punched back, returning to the heavenly gate. After one punch, Su Chen stepped on the heavenly gate again and punched it. Bang! The heavenly gate was shattered by Su Chen's huge fist force. Go in, Su Chen said to Li Yimei and Lan Chengbi. Thank you, young master, for your help. Lan Chengbi saluted Su Chen and then stepped into the heavenly gate. Looking at the heavenly gate that was still there, Su Chen punched out. Power poured into the heavenly gate, and the entire heavenly gate was shattered. When the heavenly gate was shattered, Su Chen released Pang Ban's power and fell to the ground. If he didn't release it, the heavenly gate would appear again, and the power of the fall would be even stronger. Although he had the power of Pang Ban, he could shatter the heavenly gate again. But he was afraid that when he stepped on the heavenly gate, his power would be even stronger. Chapter 869, Supreme Tyrant Blood, Guan Qi, Evil Poison Blood, 5 Poison Boys. At the entrance of the Red Sun Palace, 2 figures appeared. One of them was wearing a red skirt. It was Mireng Qin, the eldest daughter of the Mireng family, who had come from the Mireng family. Next to her was a person wrapped in a black robe. Looking at the corpse lying on the square of the Red Sun Palace, the red-skirted woman's face changed. Before they arrived, the Red Sun Palace had already been bloodbathed. The actions of the Qinglang society were too fast. One punch smashed the heavenly gate and helped people step into the heavenly gate and leave. The person next to her stared at the sky. Although the heavenly gate's aura disappeared, the scene just now was the most shocking to these warriors. According to the situation just now, the 2 people should not be able to step into the heavenly gate and leave. Let's go to the back hall. Mireng Qin looked a little anxious. He quickly went to the back hall. At this moment, the back hall, Su Chen landed and looked at Mireng Xingchen. Third young master Mireng, what do you think about what happened today? This time, Su Chen not only lost a subordinate, but also used Pang Ban's experience card. Pang Ban experience card, one day. He only used it a little bit before, and then released it in time, which caused a time bug. From the feedback, he can continue to use it. But Xianmen must have remembered the breadth of his use of Pang Ban experience card. If he uses it again next time, I'm afraid that the power brought by Xianmen will cause him a lot of trouble. After all, he has not thought about going to Xianmen yet. Mireng Xingchen heard Su Chen's question. His expression seemed very unnatural. According to his character, the third young master of Mireng, he would not be so cramped, and he would definitely shirk responsibility. But just now he saw the power that Su Chen burst out, and shattered Xianmen with one punch. He knew about the power of the body. It is rumored that the young leader Su of the Qinglan Club had used the power of the body before. This time he did it again. How many times did he have the power of the body? As one of the 4 major families in Jiangnan, the Mireng family, only the ancestor has the power of the body, which shows how rare the power of the body is. Young leader Su, this matter has nothing to do with our third young master. That's it. The chief steward king in Mireng Xingchen spoke. Boom. But when he spoke, 2 auras instantly enveloped him, not giving him the chance to continue speaking. This young dragon chief did not ask you. You don't need to speak. If you speak again, I don't mind one more body here. Su Chen's eyes were cold. Young Dragon Chief Su, this matter really has nothing to do with me. The Red Sun Palace was destroyed by the Blue Dragon Society today. This is all Young Dragon Chief Su's. Mireng Xingchen said hurriedly. It seems that the third young master Mireng has ideas about the Red Sun Palace. Why does he want to get a piece of the pie? I wonder what the third young master Mireng relies on to want a piece of the pie? Su Chen said softly. No, I don't mean that, Young Dragon Chief Su. The Red Sun Palace has nothing to do with me. Mireng Xingchen said hurriedly. Really? People should know their own limitations. I'm Lian Qingbi, the leader of the July Hall of the Qinglang Society. Because of you, his Wugi villa was massacred, and I lost my power. The loss is huge. I give you a choice. One is to pay with your life. I will kill you. For the sake of your cousin Mireng Qingchen, I will not trouble the Mireng family. The other one depends on what kind of compensation you can come up with. Su Chen said. When Mireng Qingchen was out, he used his mother's surname Mireng instead of Liu, so he was always called Mireng Qingchen. Ah. Compensation. Young Master Su, this matter really has nothing to do with me. Seeing Su Chen's words, Mireng Xingchen knew that the compensation was too huge and wanted to quibble. Boom. At this time, Su Chen moved his feet and instantly appeared in front of Mireng Xingchen. A punch was thrown. Third young master. Seeing this, the expression of the housekeeper king beside him changed, but he did not dare to do it. When Mireng Xingchen saw Su Chen's attack, his expression changed drastically. He raised his hand to block. When his arm collided with Su Chen's fist, a terrifying force suddenly came from Su Chen's fist. The true energy that emerged from his arm was directly shattered. The huge force poured into his arm. Crack. The arm that was resisting was broken instantly. I'm giving you a choice. You just need to answer, and don't say anything extra. Su Chen said coldly. This Mireng Xingchen is very smart. Just now when Su Chen punched, he didn't burst out with all his strength, but only burst out a little true energy to block. But he didn't expect Su Chen's punch to be so strong that it broke his arm directly. Mireng Xingchen retreated with his arm hanging down, and beads of sweat kept falling on his forehead. He was extremely shocked. One punch, without bursting out true energy, just relying on the fist, shattered my arm. His physical strength is too strong. Mireng Xingchen said in his heart. Third young master. Butler King hurried to Mireng Xingchen's side. It's okay, just a broken arm. Mireng Xingchen said. You don't have a choice? Since you don't have a choice, then I'll help you choose. The first one is the easiest. Let me take you. Third young master Mireng. Su Chen raised his hand and clenched his palm into a fist. An invisible force appeared on his arm. This force collided with the air, and the air made a crackling sound. His eyes became sharp at this moment, and his murderous intent surged. Young Master Su, please wait. My Mireng family is willing to make compensation. At this time, a red figure came over quickly. It was Mireng Kin who came. Miss, sister. Butler King and Mireng Xingchen said to the person who came. I'll settle this matter with you when I get back. Mireng Kin, who appeared, looked at Mireng Xingchen and said sternly. Then he saluted Su Chen. I'm Mireng Kin. Now it's appropriate to deal with the Mireng family. This time, my Mireng family is willing to compensate young Master Su for the loss caused by my brother, Mireng Kin said. Ms. Mireng, you are so generous. I wonder what kind of compensation you are going to give to save your brother's life. Su Chen looked at Mireng Kin and said. That housekeeper, tell your Miss Mireng about my loss. Mireng Kin, I'll give you 2 sticks of incense to think about the compensation. If you haven't, Mireng Xingchen, stay here. Mireng Xingchen dared to intervene in the affairs of the Qinglang Club and caused so many things. The Mireng family must pay a heavy price. Even if he has a friendship with Mireng Qingchen, it's the same. Hearing Su Chen's words, Mireng Kin's expression changed. He wanted to say something, but Su Chen had already turned and left. He also wanted to see the treasure house of the Red Sun Palace to see if he could get some lottery cards. Seeing Su Chen leave, Mireng Kin's face changed. Butler King, what about the loss of young Master Su? Mireng Kin asked. Butler King told everything that had just happened. Mireng Kin's face changed drastically. The 2 people who were sent away were Lian Chengbi and Li Yimei, and Su Chen also used his body power. The other things were easy to say, but this body power compensation was extraordinary. Sister, Su Chen is asking for too much. He is trying to kill me, Mireng Xingchen said on the side. With such a big loss, it would be difficult for the Mireng family to make a decision. Although he is the third son of the Mireng family. Shut up. Father should be here soon. Wait for him to come, and I will discuss it with him, Mirengkin said in a scolding. In a secret vault in the Red Sun Hall, the guard was an old man who was killed by Yuan Suan with a sword. The secret vault was easily opened. 2 incense sticks of time. About an hour, no more and no less. If the Mireng family did not come up with a compensation plan, then Mireng Xingchen would have to lie here forever. Of course, if Mirengkin took Mireng Xingchen away, it would only foreshadow the demise of the Mireng family. After an incense stick of time, Su Chen walked out of the secret vault, with not much smile on his face. In the secret vault, he only got 5 orange lottery cards. He found that the same type of secret books, treasures, secrets, etc., could no longer allow him to get lottery cards. I will intercept the fortune of the Red Sun Palace today, and I should be able to condense the base point, so I don't have to intercept it myself later, Su Chen thought. He appeared in a palace, where he waited for Mirengkin to come. While waiting, Su Chen directly drew the 5 orange lottery cards. His luck has been good recently, suitable for lottery, obtained the skill, Heart Sutra of the Return of the Gods in the Underworld, obtained a drop of Taishang Baksu, exclusive character Guan Qi, obtained the full body power of Xianqi Weird Man, exclusive character Zhu Washi, obtained a blood knife exclusive to Fu Hongsu, obtained a drop of evil poisonous blood, exclusive character, 5 Poison Boy, right square bracket. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 870, Secret Map of the Dragon Cave, Demon Gate appears, one of the 4 general envoys Shan. Su Chen was pleasantly surprised when he saw this. Just looking at these names, you know they are extraordinary. Shenmingyi Heart Sutra, a method of tempering the mind, which can strengthen one's own spiritual will, and can increase the power of the divine power, gradually improve the divine power, to break through the existing divine power, and achieve the Gyai Heart Sutra, which can also unify one's own divine power and vaguely comprehend the concept of domain. The concept of domain. Su Chen looked at the comprehended domain behind him, and his heart moved slightly. This method is not simple. Not only can it be practiced by oneself, but it can also be passed on to other people in the Qinglang society. Taishang Baksu, a kind of blood that contains the meaning of invincibility. This increases Guan Qi's strength. Guan Qi may become stronger after getting this drop of blood. Xianqi Weird Man is the master of Zhu Washi and Gu Santang. Although he did not appear, he created the Vajra Indestructible and Absorbing Power Great Method, which shows his strength. Zhu Washi got the full power of Xianqi Weird Man, and he might be able to step into the broken level. Fu Hongsu's exclusive blood knife is generally not at the spiritual level. At the peak of the weapon level, it can be promoted to the spiritual level by nourishing with its own sword energy. Evil Poison Blood, extract a drop of blood from the evil poison body. The 5 poison boys can refine this drop of blood and swallow the poison, and transform it into their own practice. If there is a chance, they may be able to condense the evil poison body. This time's lottery report found that, after intercepting the fortune, Su Chen's own fortune became very strong, very scary, and he restrained his mind. He took out the Heart Sutra of the Return of the Gods in the Underworld, and began to record it in his mind. When he memorized the Heart Sutra of the Return of the Gods in the Underworld, he asked Yuan Suan to copy some of it and send it to others. After Su Chen finished reading the Heart Sutra of the Return of the Gods in the Underworld, he said to Yuan Suan, "How long is left, my lord?" "There is about half an incense stick of time." "Only half an incense stick of time? Then Mirengkin hasn't figured out how to compensate?" "The current head of the Mireng family, Mireng Xianan, has come. I believe he will come to see the Lord," Yuan Suan said. While Yuan Suan was speaking, the Mirren family, Mirren Cheyenne, comes to pay respects to young Master Su. A voice came from outside the hall. Please. Su Chen responded. Mirren Cheyenne brought Mirren Qin and Mirren Xingchen into the hall. At this moment, Mirren Xingchen's broken arm had no medicine applied, and beads of sweat continued to flow from his forehead. Young Master Su, my son's matter is all my Mirren family's fault. My Mirren family is willing to take all the responsibilities. My Mirren family has some industries in the capital and Jiangnan. All of the capital's industries will be transferred to the Qinglan Club, and 1/3 will be transferred to the Jiangnan area. This 1/3 will be converted into silver and given to the Qinglan Club. In addition, it is rumored that young Master Su likes to collect books. No one in the Jiangnan area can match my Mirren family's collection of books. The library can be opened to young Master Su. In addition to these, my Mirren family is willing to give 2 top-level weapon-level swords, plus a secret map in my hand. While Nangang Cheyenne was speaking, he took out a secret map from his arms. Yuan Suan stepped forward, took the secret map, and handed it to Su Chen. Su Chen took the secret map. Get a map of the secret dragon cave of the Great Chu dynasty, and be rewarded with 3 orange lottery cards. Secret dragon cave? Su Chen's eyes were slightly startled. Could this be related to the secret place that Hanoi cult found before? This secret map is not ordinary. The compensation offered by Mirren Cheyenne is not bad. Okay. I accept the compensation from your Mirren family, and you can take Mirren Xingchen away. General Manager Yuan will contact your Mirren family about this matter. Su Chen nodded and said coldly. He didn't want to have more contact with the other party. Thank you, young Master Su. General Manager Yuan. This is my token of Mirren Cheyenne. You can bring the token when the time comes. Mirren Cheyenne took out a token from his arms and flew to Yuan Suan. Yuan Suan caught the token. Then he said goodbye and left with his people. The loss was huge, and he didn't know how to tell the family elders when he returned. Outside the mountain gate farther, this Su Chen is just taking advantage of the fire. Is our Mirren family really afraid of them, King Lang Hu? After Mirren Xingchen left the hall, he took the elixir to restore his broken arm. But it still hurts a little. The things that Mirren Cheyenne just gave away. Not only did it cause the Mirren family to suffer huge losses, but it also brought down their reputation. If he didn't get beaten to death by the elders, he would be sprayed to death. If you want to die, I won't stop you, but don't bring harm to the Mirren family. I'm afraid Su Chen let you go this time for King Chen's sake, otherwise I would have to come and collect your body. And do you think there will be no follow-up if you die? According to the strength shown by the Qinglang Society, recently, if you die, they will also attack my Mirren family. Otherwise, I will take out so many things and give them to the Qinglang Society. For the recent period of time, you will be confined to the Mirren Manor. If you leave the Mirren family without permission, I will personally break your legs. Kinda, you will be in charge of the 7-star hall for the time being. And after the confinement, get in touch with Lan Haitang and try to deal with her and practice your Xianyu Jiazhuan Gong. As long as you practice Xianyu Jiazhuan Gong, you will be the real young master of the Mirren family. Mirren Cheyenne looked at Mirren Xingchen and said, Father, Lan Haitang looks down on me. It's hard to subdue her. Mirren Xingchen couldn't help but say after listening to Mirren Cheyenne's words. Kinda, during this period, you help Xingchen. Let's go back to the family and inform the elders of this matter. After that, the group quickly left the Red Sun Hall. Late at night, the ground of the Red Sun Hall shook, and the rolling luck merged into Su Chen's body. These lucks that flowed into Su Chen's body were constantly heading towards the golden light spots that had been condensed before. As these lucks flowed into the golden light spots, part of the breath flowed into his danshan, and part of it tempered his body. At the same time, in a secret space under Suching, the dim lights shook, and 4 tall, cold figures gathered here. Xianming, is there something wrong with summoning the 3 of us to Suching? One of the people covered in black robes and bamboo hats looked at the person on the main seat and said, Of course I'm looking for you to help me kill people. I found the whereabouts of Shan, one of the 4 great envoys of Jiangnan. The person on the main seat said, You found Shan, who is he? He captured my demon sect Xian Fei and brought her to the palace to offer to Emperor Zhao. Since we have found him, we must kill all of his family members. The person who spoke said gloomily. We should report this matter to Xianfei. Xianfei escaped from the palace of Emperor Zhao and is also looking for this person. Another person spoke, his tone cold. Brother Xianming has made a great contribution this time. Tell us who this person is first. The last person asked. This person is Mirren Xianan, the current head of the Mirren family, and he also has a secret map of the secret dragon cave of the Great Chu dynasty. The person on the main seat said. Chapter 871. The Four Heavenly Evils of the Demon Sect. Xianfei, Yang Ruxu. You mean Mirren Xianan is, Xian, one of the 4 general envoys of the Xianjian division in Jiangnan. Hearing this news, the aura of the other 3 people changed. There was a gleam in their eyes. These 4 people are the 4 great heavenly evil spirits of the demon sect. The demon sect once fought with Emperor Zhao for supremacy in the world. Among them, the leader of the demon sect, Lu Junsheng, can be said to be the strongest opponent of Emperor Zhao. In the Battle of Qianlin River, the leader of the demon sect, Lu Junsheng, was defeated and died at the hands of Emperor Zhao. Then the demon sect's heavenly concubine, the leader of the heavenly demon sect, Yan Ruxu, was captured by Xian, one of the 4 general envoys of the Jiangnan Xianjian division, and presented to Emperor Zhao. Since then, the demon sect has split up, and each has hidden in the rivers and lakes. The demon forces outside the Great Wall are some of the remnants of the demon sect back then. Yes, I have confirmed this news. Beaming on the main seat said with certainty. I didn't expect it to be Mirren Xianan from the Mirren family. It's really unexpected. What's unexpected? Mirren Xianan does have that strength, but if it's the Mirren family, it will be difficult to deal with. I wonder what your plan is, Brother Beaming. The person who spoke first said in a deep voice. The 4 great demons of the demon sect are called Powerful Demon Killer. This person is Lu Wangji, the powerful demon among the 4 great demons. The other 3 demons are Qin Beaming, the demon killer, Emma Wanli, the demon killer, and Kishan, the demon killer. I just said that I invited you 3 to come here to kill people. Of course, I plan to kill the Mirren family. When Qin Beaming spoke, his eyes radiated cold light. 3. When I invited you here, I had already informed the heavenly concubine in advance. The heavenly concubine will be in Su City tomorrow. The order given to me by the heavenly concubine is to destroy the Mirren family. Hearing Qin Beaming's words, the other 3 frowned slightly, and Ji Xiansha Qishan said, Xianming, Brother Wangji just said that the strength of the Mirren family is not simple. It will be very difficult to take action against the Mirren family, even if Xianfei joins forces with us to take down the Mirren family. Brother Qishan, I know very well the strength of the Mirren family. After Xianfei came out of the palace, she found the chief stewards of the inside and outside. At that time, the 2 chief stewards will follow Xianfei to Sucheng. Cooperate with our 4 men to raid the Mirren family. Even if the Mirren family is not destroyed, they will suffer heavy losses. The aristocratic family is a piece of fat meat. Once the Mirren family suffers heavy losses, others will be like sharks seeing blood. Nowadays is not the same as before. Even the Nangang family, which is one of the 4 great families sitting in Jinling, was destroyed by the Qinglang society. The majesty of the aristocratic family is no longer so great, Qin Beaming said coldly. The heavenly concubine found the internal and external chief stewards. I didn't expect that there would be no news about the 2 stewards for so many years. I thought they had passed away. But this Qinglang club is a bit strange. It appeared without a sound and there are so many strong people. These many strong people can't even find a trace of their foundation. It's too mysterious. Ji Xian Shikishan said. Not only Qinglang Club, but also Xian'an Pavilion, which is equally strong and mysterious. It has no roots, and is very well hidden. Once it appeared, it shocked the whole world. It seems that the fate of the great Zhao dynasty has changed. Mo Xiansha Mo Wanli said. It's not just these 2 forces. Many forces have emerged. Now the great Zhao dynasty is full of demons and demons. It's our chance. If we destroy the Mirren family this time, the heavenly concubine promised us that she would take us to the place where the demon chief practiced in the past. Zhu Xiansha Qin Beaming said. The place where the demon chief practiced. Hearing this, the other 3 people seemed extremely excited. In this case, I will arrange people first. When the heavenly concubine arrives tomorrow, we will gather here again, Lu Wangji said. The other two also spoke up and prepared to go back and prepare. Okay. Qin Biming nodded on the main seat. The three turned around and left the underground secret room. After the three left, Qin Biming also stood up and left the underground space. Appeared in a courtyard. You are here. When Qin Biming stepped into the courtyard, a pleasant and light voice came from a room in the courtyard. Qin Biming stepped forward, pushed open the door, and walked in. In the room, sandalwood was curling. Lord Qianfei, I have just contacted the other three people, and they will do their best. They have not forgotten that they are from the demon sect, Qin Biming said. Between Qin Biming and the voice, there was a bead curtain and a gorgeous screen. A perfectly outlined female figure was reflected between the screens. That's good, otherwise, I have to clean up the door first. While the woman was speaking, she slowly stood up, walked out of the screen, and came in front of Qin Biming. This is a woman who is extremely charming and moving. She exudes an irresistible temperament and charm. There is a saying called peerless enchantment, which describes this woman in this way. In this peerless enchantment, the other party not only shows beauty, but also reveals a kind of charm. She is full of charm. She is soft and charming, as if she was made of spring water, and can be called a beauty of her generation. She wears a black and somewhat transparent long skirt, which is looming, showing her exquisite and undulating, soft and beautiful body and graceful curves, which arouses infinite reverie. Qin Biming didn't dare to look up at this time, and could only lower his head. This person is the heavenly concubine of the demon sect, the leader of the heavenly demon sect in the demon sect, the most beautiful woman in the world, Yang Ruxu. Just got the news that the Red Sun Palace was destroyed by the Qinglang Society. Among them, Mireng Xianan also showed up. You go and check the reason why Mireng Xianan appeared there, Yan Ruxu ordered in a deep voice. I will send someone to investigate immediately and report the details to the heavenly concubine. Qin Biming said. Okay. How have the people in the Mireng family been arranged? This time, we are attacking the Mireng family not only to avenge me, but also to announce the re-emergence of my demon sect, Yan Ruxu said in a cold voice. Don't worry, Qianfei, I have almost arranged the people in the Mireng family. Combined with the manpower of the other three Qianxia and the two general managers, the Mireng family will be destroyed this time. Qin Biming's eyes flashed with a fierce light. Mireng Xianan captured the heavenly concubine of the demon sect and sent her to the Emperor Zhao's palace. This is a shame for their demon sect. It is also a shame for the heavenly concubine. He wants to help the heavenly concubine wash away such a shame. Shame can only be washed away with blood. We can't be impatient about this matter. When we take action, we must kill them, Yan Ruxu said. I understand. I will go to investigate what happened in the Red Sun Palace first. Qin Biming bowed and left the room. Yan Ruxu walked out of the room. Looking at the setting sun outside, she murmured, Mireng Xianan, this time I will take off your head myself. As she spoke, a streak of residual red shone on her body, revealing a red color, or blood color. Heavenly concubine is what the people in the demon sect called her. It was what people in the martial arts world called her back then. It is the blood concubine Yan Ruxu. Chapter 872, Mireng Xingqian's future is ruined. Under current surges, the sun rose and set, and a day passed in the blink of an eye. The news of the destruction of the Red Sun Palace spread throughout Su City and the entire Jiangnan region. At this moment, in Su City, there was a wave of ups and downs. The Red Sun Palace was one of the two palaces in the Jiangnan region, and it was gone in just one day. I didn't expect Lian Chengbi to be the leader of the July Hall of the Qinglang Club. I heard that Lian Chengbi almost went crazy in the battle with the Red Sun Hall. And I heard that Lian Chengbi can also transform into a black stream, fearless of attack, and absorb other people's true energy, which is very scary. There are so many masters in the Qinglang Club. Yes, but it's a pity for Lian Chengbi. He just became famous, and entered the Heavenly Gate and left. Isn't it good to enter the Heavenly Gate? Who knows what's going on above the Heavenly Gate? Who can tell whether it's good or bad? But at that time, people from the Mireng family also appeared in the Red Sun Hall. Didn't the Red Sun Hall have good relations with the Mireng family before? Do you think the Qinglang Club will take action against the Mirren family because of this. Some people seemed a little excited when they talked about this. The four great families in Jiangnan used to have a high status in Jiangnan, but since the Nangang family was destroyed, the majesty of the four great families has gradually weakened. So many people are interested in this topic. Mirren family meeting hall. Mirren Xiaonan sat on the position of the head of the family. Several elders of the Mirren family were sitting on both sides. Patriarch, this young leader of the Qinglang society, is taking advantage of the situation. Xingchen has nothing to do with the Red Sun Palace. He just invited Liang Chengbi to have a chat. His Wugi villa was bloodbathed by the people of the Red Sun Palace. They can only blame themselves for not defending strictly enough. What does it have to do with Xingchen? An elder in a purple robe complained. Yes, this compensation is too much. Our Mirren family's business in the capital has just started not long ago. It would be a pity to give it away. There are also 2 weapon-level weapons, 1/3 of the business in Jiangnan. Our Mirren family has suffered heavy losses by giving these away. Patriarch, doesn't this Su Chen have some friendship with His Highness King Chen? Can we contact His Highness King Chen and let His Highness King Chen come forward? Downplay this matter. One of them said. The capital is in turmoil now, so my Mirren family will not participate in the capital's affairs, and will protect our Mirren family's foundation in Jiangnan. Jiangnan is just exchanging silver, not giving them business. Once things get slow, our Mirren family will be able to recover. Mirren Xiaonan said. Master, I don't agree with your decision on this matter. This matter was caused by Xingchen. Why should the Mirren family bear the responsibility? Said an old man on the left of Mirren Xiaonan. The old man was tall and had a strong aura, but there was a hint of evil in his eyes. Mirren family's elder Mirren Yu. Elder, Xingchen did nothing wrong. How can Xingchen bear the responsibility for this matter? Said the purple-robed old man who spoke first. If he hadn't contacted the Red Sun Palace and invited Liang Chengbi to have a chat, would this have happened? Hearing the purple-robed old man's words, Elder Mirren Yu said coldly. According to what you said, the disciples of the Mirren family only need to guard their own little piece of land and don't need to go out to expand the Mirren family's business. Just eat and wait for death. The purple-robed old man said the same thing. Humph, the Red Sun Palace and the Blue Dragon Society have had conflicts for a long time. As the third young master of the Mirren family, doesn't he know about it? And he got involved. Xingchen must give us an explanation for this matter. Mirren Yu said. I don't know what the great elder wants to explain. Mirren Xiaonan looked at Mirren Yu and said. From Xingchen's actions, he is not suitable to be a candidate for the young master of my Mirren family. Please ask the head of the family to deprive him of his candidacy for the young master. Mirren Yu said. The Mirren family is a family head system. However, the young master is not necessarily the son of the head of the family. As long as he is an outstanding disciple of the Mirren family and passes certain tests, he can become a candidate for the young master of the Mirren family. Only the candidate for the young master can become the young master. Once the young master is determined, then this person will be the next head of the family. Now the great elder Mirren Yu wants to cancel Mirren Xingchen's candidacy for the young master. That is to deprive Mirren Xingchen of the qualification to become the head of the family. Great elder, this is probably not appropriate. Xingchen just didn't handle this matter properly. It's too harsh to cancel the candidacy of the young master. The third elder Mirren Cheng said. He disagreed with the words of the great elder. I agree with the great elder's proposal. Xingchen has caused such a great loss to the Mirren family. If he doesn't pay the price, then can all the Mirren family members do the same in the future? Said an elder. Immediately, the discussion in the meeting hall began. Looking at the discussion of the people in the hall, Mirren Xiaonan's eyes condensed slightly. The great elder Mirren Yu wanted to use this incident to cancel Mirren Xingchen's candidacy for the young master. The matter of Red Sun Hall was too much of a loss for the Mirren family. If it is not handled, then his prestige as the head of the family will be greatly damaged. Okay, listen to the great elder's opinion and cancel Mirren Xingchen's candidacy for the young master. Mirren Xiaonan said during the discussion. Head of the family, this is absolutely not allowed. Hearing this, some elders couldn't help but say. This matter is settled. The former general manager of the Qinglang Society will come. At that time, Third elder, you and Kaina will entertain him together. Deal with the Qinglang society as soon as possible to avoid other changes. Murong Xiaonan stood up from his chair and walked out of the meeting hall, the Red Sun Hall, and Su Chen's aura was surging. The base points in his body had been successfully cultivated. In this way, he didn't have to go to various places to intercept the fortune in person. Now, as long as his people conquer or control a force, he can get the fortune. My lord. The Qinglang Society spy has found out a news that the 4 great demons of the demon sect are gathering in Sucheng. Yuan Suan came to Su Chen and reported. The 4 great demons of the demon sect? The demon sect was suppressed by Emperor Zhao and torn into pieces. It has been hiding and not showing up. The 4 great demons were the 4 great generals under the leader of the demon sect, Lu Junsheng, and they were extraordinary. They appeared and gathered here. They must have something to do. Can you find out what they want to do? Su Chen said. We just found their whereabouts, and we are still investigating what they are doing. Yuan Suan said. It seems that there are undercurrents in Su City now. Let's put the matter of the demon sect aside for now. Go to the Mirren family first, and bring back their compensation. When I have time, I will go to the Mirren family's library to take a look. Su Chen ordered Yuan Suan. I obey your order, and will bring the things back. After Yuan Sui saluted Su Chen, he left the Red Sun Hall and went to the Mirren family in the backyard of the Mirren family. Father, how can you agree to cancel the qualification of the candidate for the young master of Dak Xingchen? This will cut off Xingchen's path to becoming the head of the family. Mirankin looked at his father Mirong Xiaonan and said, this is too much of a loss. If I don't agree, I'm afraid that I won't be able to give Su Chen the things I promised him. If I can't give it to Su Chen, it means we will be enemies, and the Qinglang Society will probably take action, and then the Mirren family will probably be in disaster. Mirong Xiaonan said in a deep voice. Report. At this time, a servant walked out of the room and immediately said, Master, the 4 great evil spirits who are the remnants of the demon sect have appeared in Su City. Upon hearing the report, Mirong Xiaonan's face became solemn. Chapter 873, The Concubine's Plan, Mirong Villa is in danger. Father, the demon sect has been silent for so many years, and now it appears in Su City. What do they want to do? Mirankin said from the side. In today's Jianghu, it is normal for the demon sect to appear. You go watch the stars, and I'll go take care of something. Mirong Xiaonan said, turned around and left with the attendant. Soon, they came to a study. In addition to the 4 great demons, are there other demons? Mirong Xiaonan asked in a deep voice. Master, no trace of other demons has been found. The attendant replied. There is no trace of other demons. Have you grasped the whereabouts of the 4 great demons? Mirong Xiaonan asked. The 4 great demons, we lost their traces. When we entered the city, they should gather together. I have secretly increased my manpower to investigate, and I believe that soon, we will be able to grasp the traces of the 4 of them. The attendant replied. Be sure to find them, and be sure to grasp their movements. You go down. Mirong Xiaonan ordered. Yes. The attendant immediately bowed and left the study. After the attendant left, Mirong Xiaonan pushed open a secret room on both sides. There was a set of black robes in the secret room. Mirong Xiaonan put on the black robes and left from one secret room to another. Sucheng Chuan Fang, one of the 3 red buildings in Sucheng. In a wing room in the backyard. Mirong Xiaonan, wrapped in a black robe, was standing in the room. Creak. The door was pushed open. A woman in a purple dress walked in and saluted the black figure. Meet the general envoy. The 4 great demons of the demon sect appeared in the city. They may be coming for me. Since Xianfei escaped from the imperial palace, I have been paying attention to the movements of the demon sect. I didn't expect them to really come. Mirong Xiaonan said. Sir, since it is speculated that the 4 great demons came for you, then we will kill them at a fixed point. A cold light flashed in the eyes of the purple-robed woman. Although the 4 great demons are not weak, they are not a concern. What I'm looking for is the heavenly consort behind them. I personally sent the heavenly consort to your majesty back then. She is determined to kill me. So we must find the heavenly consort. And I suspect that the whereabouts of the 4 great demons are so easy to grasp. I'm afraid it is a bait thrown by the heavenly consort. I have sent people from the Mirren family to investigate the 4 great demons. You should investigate secretly and make sure to find the heavenly consort. Mirren Chyanan said. If that's the case, my lord, I'm afraid your identity will be. The purple-robed woman said in a deep voice. The heavenly consort should have found out my identity, otherwise, the 4 great demons would not have gathered in Sioux City. It doesn't make much sense to hide it or not. Mirren Chyanan said. I will find out the whereabouts of the heavenly consort as soon as possible. The purple-robed woman bowed. By the way, send a secret order to let the 5 divine gods gather. As long as the whereabouts of the heavenly consort are found, I will personally lead people to surround and kill her. Mirren Chyanan's eyes suddenly turned cold. Yes. The purple-robed woman quickly left the room. The room seemed a little dim, but Mirren Chyanan didn't care. He just stood there quietly, as if he was thinking about something. In the evening, in the Red Sun Hall, Yuan Suan returned. My lord, the cash converted from the Mirren family's assets in the capital and the Jiangnan assets has been transferred to the banker's bank. These are 2 weapon-level weapons. I brought them back. You can take a look first. Yuan Suan handed the 2 swords in his hand to Su Chen. Get 2 top-level weapon-level weapons, and reward 2 orange lottery cards. Is Mirren Chyanan very straightforward? Su Chen thought the other party would shirk it. My lord, at the Mirren family elders meeting, Mirren Yu, the great elder of the Mirren family, used this matter to deprive Mirren Xingchen of his position as the candidate for the young master. Mirren Chyanan agreed. Otherwise, I'm afraid our compensation may be delayed for a while, Yuan Suan said. This is the fruit of his own efforts. But it seems that the internal struggle of the Mirren family is not small. Give these 2 weapons to Liu Shengyaji and Zhu Yaran. Su Chen said to Yuan Suan. Subordinates, go and arrange it. Yuan Suan was about to leave the hall. After sending them off, we will go to Suching. It's just in time that we can go to the Mirren family library tomorrow to take a look. Su Chen said. He had already intercepted the fortune of the Red Sun Palace, and there was no need to stay here. Another place in Yan Ruxu's courtyard. Yan Ruxu was sitting on the pavilion box in the courtyard. A figure appeared in the courtyard. He bowed to Yan Ruxu in the pavilion. Greetings to the Queen of Heaven. No need to be polite. What is Mirren Chyanan's current situation? Yan Ruxu asked. Queen of Heaven, Mirren Xingchen participated in the affairs of the Red Sun Palace. Su Chen of the Qinglang Society asked for a high price, causing the Mirren family to suffer heavy losses. The great elder Mirren Yu took the opportunity to propose to deprive Mirren Xingchen of the qualification of the candidate for the young master of the Mirren family. Mirren Chyanan agreed reluctantly. The visitor bowed and said, I didn't expect that the Mirren family, which dominated the area in the past, would have such a day. The Qinglang Society should not be underestimated. I have time to meet this young dragon leader Su, Yan Ruxu said. Xian Fei, I don't know when you will take action against Mirren Villa. Although my subordinates have always been close to Mirren Chyanan, I'm afraid they will not be able to hide for long. Their identities may be discovered. The visitor said in a deep voice. Butler Zhao, it will take about 2 days for Butler Zhao to prepare the poison. As soon as the poison is prepared, we will take action. But don't worry, the appearance of the 4 great demons of the demon sect should attract Mirren Chyanan's attention. He will send people to investigate the 4 heavenly devils army. I'm afraid he won't have time to pay attention to what's happening in Mirren Villa. What's more, I asked Qin Beiming to send a lot of people into Mirren Villa before. Some of them can be sacrificed, and some attention can be diverted. How is your plan going? Xian Fei asked afterwards. The formation has been completed. Once we take action, the place where the ancestor of the Mirren family is in seclusion will be isolated in a short time. Even if he finds out about the situation, the large formation I set up can delay him for a while, said Manager Zhao. Well, the old guy of the Mirren family won't be able to show up by then. If Mirren Chyanan is attacked again, and the masters of the family are poisoned, the remaining trash of the Mu family will have no choice but to die. The voice of concubine Yan Ruxu was cold, revealing a chill. From Yan Ruxu's words, we can know that this layout to deal with the Mirren family has been planned for a long time. On the other hand, after Su Chen played in the city for a while, He went to Mirang Villa. Mirang Villa is outside the city. The Mirang family's library is very large and convenient. Su Chen plans to live in Mirang Villa for the next 1 or 2 days. When Su Chen and his friends arrived at Mirang Villa, Mirang Kin came out to greet Su Chen. Young Master Su, my father has been busy with some things recently. I will arrange everything for you during your stay at Mirang's house. Mirang Kin said. Then I'll trouble Miss Mirang. I won't be here for long. I may only stay for 1 day. Su Chen just wanted to trigger the lottery card, not really reading. Hearing Su Chen's words, Mirang Kin was a little puzzled, but did not ask out loud. Yesterday a friend had a sheep, and I said to the other party. Today I coughed, my nose was blocked, my throat was sore, and I didn't have any strength. I guess it's the same. I will only have 1 chapter this afternoon. Chapter 874, the plan is in progress. Mirang Xiaonan wants to take action. Entering Mirang Villa, Su Chen felt like entering a Jiangnan garden. He met many Mirang family disciples along the way. When these people saw Su Chen and Yuan Suan walking with Mirang Kin, they showed surprise on their faces. They talked in low voices. When they knew that Su Chen was the young leader of the Qinglan Club, they showed resentment on their faces. But they did not dare to step forward and left in a hurry. It seems that your Mirang family does not welcome me too much. Su Chen looked at the crowd leaving in a hurry and said with a smile. Some misunderstandings. This is Xingchen's mistake, and he should make amends. Young leader Su, please don't mind. I will strictly forbid them to discuss this matter later. Mirang Kin said softly. Soon Su Chen came to the Mirang family library. The Mirang family library has only 2 floors, but it occupies a large area. The keeper of the library is an old man in a grey robe. The old man looks ordinary, and there is no master's temperament on his body. He is half lying on a bamboo chair. Sensing the arrival of the person, the half-lying old man opened his eyes. When he opened his eyes, Su Chen's heart moved slightly. Because the moment the old man opened his eyes, he actually felt a sense of complete fusion with the surrounding air. You are Su Chen, the young dragon leader of the Qinglang Society. When the old man looked at Su Chen, a strange aura appeared on his body, which was condensed but not released. But in Su Chen's eyes, the old man in front of him was mixed with the earth. There was a sense of indestructibility. Yes, I'm Su Chen, the young dragon leader of the Qinglang Society. Although the other party did not attack him, Su Chen did not like the tone of the question. He came to the Mirang family's library as compensation from the Mirang family, not because he had a request from him. Hearing Su Chen's words, the grey-robed old man's eyes condensed slightly, and the breath on his hand was restrained. Young dragon leader Su, this is Li Bo who is in charge of the library. If you have any questions about the library, you can ask Li Bo. Mirang Kin said hurriedly. You can enter the building, but he needs to stay. The old man glanced at Yuan Suan, then returned to his previous recliner. Close your eyes and rest. Okay. Su Chen stepped into the library. General Manager Yuan, I have arranged a small courtyard for Su Xiaolongxiao next to it. Let's go and take a look together, said Mirang Kin. Then I'll trouble Miss Mirang. Yuan Suan nodded, and the two left. After they left, the old man who returned to the recliner opened his eyes. Just now, I activated my aura, but it didn't affect Su Xiaolongxiao. Su Xiaolongxiao is not simple. I haven't heard of Qinglan Hu before. How come it suddenly appeared? The old man called Li Bo thought to himself. These are not things that an old man like me cares about. I'd better continue to rest. After saying that, he closed his eyes and continued to rest. Another place. Qin beaming appeared in front of Yan Ruxu. Xian Fei, King Long Hui, young dragon leader Su Chen has entered Mirang Villa. Appearing in Mirang Villa at this time. Hearing Qin Beaming's words, Xian Fei Yan Ruxu frowned slightly. According to the plan, she would take action against Mirang Villa in the next 2 days. Su Chen's appearance in Mirang Villa has disrupted her deployment a bit. Don't worry about him. Let's continue according to the plan. Before taking action, have someone send a letter to Su Chen and ask him to come out. Xian Fei Yan Ruxu said, after pondering for a moment. King Long Hui has an extraordinary background. Su Chen is a variable in Mirang Villa. This variable cannot exist. So when she takes action, she will ask Su Chen to come out. As long as Chen leaves Mirang Villa, this variable will not exist. How is the first step of the plan outside the city arranged? Xianfei, Qishan has appeared outside the city as planned, and Mirang Xianan's people should have discovered his traces. But will Mirang Xianan really leave the city? Qin Beiming said. He knows I'm out of trouble, so he should have been keeping an eye on me. Now that the people from the demon sect have appeared in Su City, he is afraid. Over time, he will feel depressed, and this depression will make him nervous. What's more, he is very confident in himself. Even if you and I join forces, we can't kill him, so he will definitely go to find Qishan. Yan Ruxu said. Then what is our purpose this time? Qin Beiming asked, puzzled. Hasn't he been looking for us? Let him know about us, so that he will be distracted, and have no time to pay attention to the things in Mirang Villa. Yan Ruxu said coldly. At this time, an old man in a blue robe walked out of a wing room with excitement on his face. Manager Zhao, the poison is ready. Looking at the old man in a blue robe, he was shocked. Lord Xianfei, I have already refined the poison you need. While speaking, he took out a small transparent bottle from his arms. This thing is colorless and tasteless. If you mix it into water, you won't have any symptoms within one day. On the second day, when the hour of hay arrives, the internal qi will suddenly disappear. After the hour of hay, it will slowly recover. But it has little effect on those who have reached the level of Danshan who are hay or above. The Danshan is like the sea, which can dissolve the medicinal properties. I'll name it Heishizan. Hearing what Zhao said, Xianfei Yan Ruxu showed joy on her face. This is what I need. I will notify Butler Zhao to come. The Mirang Villa plan can start. Yan Ruxu has been waiting for the medicine made by Zhao. Zhao, you and Zhao will take care of this Heishizan. Let's go outside the city and see if we can meet our old friends. Xianfei Yan Ruxu said. A place in the backyard of Chuanfang. Mirang Xianan sat on a bench. Haven't you found the whereabouts of the heavenly concubine yet? Please forgive me, sir. We have received news that the heavenly concubine has arrived in Su City. The person who has contact with her is Qin Beiming, one of the 4 heavenly demons. I'm locking Qin Beiming's location. Give me some more time and I will definitely find the heavenly concubine. The purple-skirted woman in front of him said immediately. Hearing the woman's words, Mirang Xianan tapped the table with his fingers. We can't wait for them to move. Now we have the whereabouts of several heavenly demons. Mirang Xianan said. We have already found the whereabouts of Qishan, the heavenly demon. He is now at a farm outside the West City, said the purple-skirted woman. Okay, then I will go meet this Qishan. Mirang Xianan stood up and said sternly. Sir, didn't you say that the 4 heavenly evils might be the decoys released by the heavenly concubine? If we move Qishan, we might alert the snakes. Also, I'm afraid this is a trap. The purple-skirted woman said in a deep voice. If you want to alert the snakes, then scare them out. If they set a trap, then I also want to see their skills. Mirang Xianan stood up and said sternly. After speaking, he pushed open the door. In the courtyard outside the door, there stood 5 people wearing black robes, wrapping their whole bodies, with only the bronze token exposed at their waists. On the token was engraved the word. Mirang Xianan pushed the door and walked out. 5 figures saluted Mirang Xianan. Sir, do you want the divine guards to go with you? The purple-skirted woman said on the side. No, even if there is an ambush, they can't stop me if I want to leave. Mirang Xianan left alone. Chapter 875. The 3 great heavenly evils died. Mirang Xianan was sickened by the heart-devouring powder. Outside the city, there is a farm manor. Mirang Xianan walked towards the center of the farm. Mirang Xianan, I didn't expect you to really come. You are really brave and skilled. At this time, a deep voice sounded in Mirang Xianan's ears. With the appearance of the voice, a figure walked out of the manor. Qishan, the heaven robber, it seems that you appeared here to lure me here. Xianfei, won't she show up? Mirang Xianan looked at Qishan who appeared, his expression unchanged. Humph. Mirang Xianan, if you want to see Xianfei, I'm afraid you will never have a chance. Today, you will die here. Qishan looked at Mirang Xianan and said coldly. When he finished speaking, 3 figures rushed out and stood in a row with Qishan. The 4 great demons of the demon sect, the leader of the demon sect, Lu Junsheng, died in battle, and the 4 of you were seriously injured and hid. Now that you have appeared, it seems that the heavenly concubine has given you great confidence. I wonder if your strength has recovered to the peak. But it doesn't matter. Today, I will send you off. Murung Chyanun looked at the 4 people and said coldly. While speaking, Murung Chyanun's true energy surged. The surging true energy rolled and boiled behind him like waves, and the momentum was extremely terrifying. Wow. Wow. The waves condensed by the terrifying true energy made a sound of rushing water. Today, I should be able to know the whereabouts of the heavenly concubine by capturing the 4 of you. Under the terrifying true energy, Murung Chyanun was like a demon god. From the tone of his voice, Murung Chyanun did not take these 4 people seriously. Heavenly Supervision Division, the General Envoy of Jiangnan Zhang, Heaven, is indeed domineering. At this time, a soft and pleasant voice came. Murung Chyanun looked towards the place where the voice came from. A woman in a red dress was looking at him, and there was a colorful bell on the woman's wrist. Madam Linglong, I didn't expect you to show up. Murung Chyanun looked at the woman in the red dress and said, Humph, you slaughtered my entire family in the 7 Color Valley back then. I've been waiting for this revenge for 20 years. Today I want your life. The woman in the red dress had a cold frost on her face. As soon as she finished speaking, her figure turned into a red light and attacked Murung Chyanun. 7 Color 5 Poison Palm. The woman in the red dress raised her hand and slapped out with a palm. A 7 Color palm print attacked Murung Chyanun. Kill. Murung Chyanun raised his hand and punched out, meeting the palm. Boom. The 2 forces collided. Energy exploded, raging around, raising dust on the ground. The palm print and sword energy disappeared at the same time. In the dust, a red shadow flew out and stamped on Murung Chyanun's chest. Murung Chyanun moved his body and avoided the palm. The palm print landed on the ground, emitting a corrosive smell. Damn it. Madam Linglong, who failed to hit the target with 1 blow, shouted in a low voice, and a divine power burst out from her body. A terrifying spider phantom appeared in the divine power. Cooperating with her palm, it went towards Murung Chyanun. What they valued was killing the enemy. Kill. Divine power, overlapping mountains. One of the 4 great demons of the demon sect, Li Xianchalu Wangji, took the lead. His figure suddenly rose into the air and punched out. Heavy pressure. It was a very simple move, but when the fist was punched out, the terrifying fist force was like a huge mountain, forming a heavy pressure that enveloped Murung Chyanun. Li Xiancha made a move, and the other 3 also launched their momentum, and killed Murung Chyanun. Just you want to kill me, Zumi Panlang. Murung Chyanun shouted in a low voice, and the boiling true energy around him turned into a real dragon that wrapped around him. Rumble. The 4 people joined forces and the palm power fell on Murung Chyanun at the same time. Bang. Ki was flying, creating a storm. However, the 4 of them were repelled, and the real dragon circling around Murung Chyanun also disappeared. Xian Fei Yan Ruxu, you actually led me here, why don't you show up? Murung Chyanun said sternly. Murung Chyanun, I'm deep in the manor, do you dare to come? A voice echoed in Murung Chyanun's ears. Along with the voice, a red light shot towards Murung Chyanun's eyebrows. When the red light approached Murung Chyanun, the red light suddenly turned into countless red ice cones. Humph. Murung Chyanun snorted coldly and punched out. The red ice cones that swept over were shattered by this punch, turned into red aura, and disappeared in the air, but the person did not leave. Kill 1 person first. Murung Chyanun did not care about the other party's words, but turned his eyes to Lu Wangji. Lu Wangji's face changed when he saw this. In just this moment, Murung Chyanun appeared in front of Lu Wangji. He clenched his palms and punched out. The fist went out. The sky and the earth went dark. Lu Wangji only felt that the space around him solidified instantly, and then a huge fist shadow fell down. Roar. Lu Wangji roared, and the true energy burst out of his body, and he also punched out. The fists of the 2 collided. There was a loud noise that shook the earth and mountains for a while, and the air seemed to turn into a huge wave and spread out in all directions. The place where the 2 fought was like a small mushroom cloud explosion. In this fight, Lu Wangji's fist was shattered. His body was blown away like a cannonball. At the moment he was blown away, blood spurted out. Swish. At the moment he spurted blood, a ray of light flashed through. Lu Wangji's body fell to the ground. His eyes widened. There was a blood hole in the area between his eyebrows, which went through the front and back. In a moment of fighting, Murung Xiaonan killed Lu Wangji, one of the 4 great heavenly demons. Coming out before your strength has recovered to its peak is no different from seeking death, Murung Xiaonan said indifferently, as if he had done something insignificant, and walked towards the other people. Xian Fei, I asked you to die. Are you really willing to die for her? Murung Xiaonan said coldly. Kill. The red-dressed woman who had attacked earlier shook the bell in her hand, forming a sound wave force to attack Murung Xiaonan. Murung Xiaonan's figure was affected. Kill. Zushan Divine Palm. Dari Xian Mo Knife. 5 Tribulations Extermination Fist. At the moment the red-dressed woman attacked, the other 3 also attacked at the same time. It was just that Qin Beiming, the Zuxiansha, was the first to speak, but his palm was obviously slower than the other 2. Roar at this time, Murung Xiaonan roared. A terrifying airwave swept out. The bell on the red-dressed woman's wrist exploded with a bang. You want to die? I will fulfill your wish. All of you go to die. Murung Xiaonan said in a cold tone. The terrifying key formed a strong key on his body and he punched out 3 times in a row. Bang, bang, bang. 3 figures fell to the ground. Seeing this, the woman in the red skirt stepped on the sole of her foot, retreated, and quickly fled to the distance. Heaven-devouring blood escape. In addition, Qin Beiming, who was knocked down, formed a seal with his palm, and his body turned into a bloodlight and fled. Only Qishan and Mo Wanli were left. The 2 had just stabilized their bodies when they saw Madame Linglang and Qin Beiming leaving, and their minds were shocked. Kill. When they reacted and prepared to escape, Murung Xiaonan had already killed them, and his fists covered the 4 directions, not giving them a chance to leave. Seeing this, the 2 could only resist desperately, and their true ki and divine power burst out. But the 4 people joined forces, and were not Murung Xiaonan's opponents, so how could the 2 of them be Murung Xiaonan's opponents? Murung Xiaonan. Qishan wanted to say something, but Murung Xiaonan didn't seem to listen to them at all, and his fists continued to fall. The bodies of the 2 people exploded in Murung Xiaonan's fist. When the bodies of the 2 people exploded, Murung Xiaonan's face changed. He wanted to hold back just now, but he didn't know that a murderous intention rose in his heart, and he couldn't stop his fist. Damn it. Heart-eating powder. There is heart-eating powder in the red ice cone just now. Xian Fei, I will find you and kill you with my own hands. Murung Xiaonan let out a low roar and turned to leave. He knew that Xian Fei must have left the manor. When Murung Xiaonan left, not far from the manor, Xian Fei Yanruxu looked at Murung Xiaonan who was leaving, and murmured, these 3 people have been trying to split the demon sect for many years. Thank you for helping me get rid of them. Of course, I also have to thank them for letting you be hit by my heart-eating powder. I don't have much energy, only 2 updates today. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.